Santy, where are you guys? Where? Oh, all the way. Oh, he's all the way last, but certainly not least. Let me get that over onto my iPad. Let me get that. Oh, they're going to start without me. Alright, here we go. Our Miramar match for the XO Esports $700 Conquest Trial Semifinals Group A and C. We're coming in from Camp Militar, going down that whole eastern side across Terra Branca, El Azahar, Truck Stop, Minas Generalis, East de la Patita, right over the middle of Las Leon and east of Partona. So we are very far shifted eastwards. So we do have quite a group that's jumping off on that north side of the flight path. Let's see, El Azahar area. Woo, we got 3 teams headed down there. CBK Esports South America, Alpha 4 Legends, and AMG Esports. Ooh, let's get on down there and see what's going on down in El Azahar. So look at all the teams. Look at your mini map up in the upper right hand corner. We have teams everywhere. There's Alpha 4 Legend. Nightcroy watching Alpha 4 Legend running across the top of that. We have 4 teams right on over here, and we got teams going off already down in El Azahar. So let me check in on what is happening. It looks like Alpha 4 Legend, they're all doing fine. Let's see what's going on. We do have all 4 of them still standing for AMG Esports. Let's check in on Santa B. Uh-oh, we lost Lunchos. But Santy B did get an elimination, so let's see who. Looks like the Ice Elves also lost the secret being very secretive. Let me get that iPad up there, guys. I did not click on that. There we go. Alright, so let's see. Our zone's not that far away, so these boys have another zone to figure this all out. Our intersection area is quite busy as well. We've got Incognita Evolution over by the Dark Side Knights, over by Team Entity. Oh, and there goes Nexus OP, our last match top fragger, taken out by Evil Bert. Evil Bert taking out our last match top fragger. What do you think of that, guys? Alright, let's see what else is going on. For Octa in my chat, your boys are down in Partona, and they have got all of Prison Island to themselves, and they won't run into a team until Finial, all the way up in Leones. So I do see we got a couple teams over here by June and Sarah by the Abbey. We do have Wavering at the Abbey. Most of these teams are in zone. I'm going to go ahead and scroll on in just a little bit so you guys can see that map down below. But I want to check in on what all is happening. I think Luffy's going to be able to get this res off. We do have Fruity Sush. Not so sure that's supposed to be sushi or slush. Looks like he's trying to get those angles over onto Santa B. Santa B is just kind of figuring out where everyone is. It is one of those little, you know, those little games where you bonk the. Never mind, I can't think of what it's called. All right, so it was funny in my head. Second match, let's go. Yes, guys. Yes, guys. If you could hit that like and subscribe, it really helps all of us out quite a bit. Let's check in on Fresh, see what's going on. We did lose one from AMG Esports, but let's see. And K19 and never mind. Where's that going off? Not sure. Oh, right on down here in Impala. So let's check in on Impala. I think Fresh is getting the off angle over here. So let's check in on what these guys are doing. Let's check in on the Ice Elves. There we go. We'll check in on the Ice Elves. They are just north of CBK Esports SA, and they do have Alpha 4 Legends south of that, but AMG Fresh is coming up and around on that off angle. So let's see what's happening over here. Never mind in Impala. Oh, I only see one player from Nevermind over here. Let's see what's going on with Miss Anga. OG. Anga. I don't know what that name is. Alright, so it looks like they're coming in. It looks like the duo pushing right up in on it. Oh, a trio. Sorry, guys. So we'll just stay with Miss. Oh, they know right where. Oh, gets one down, but he's down to 1 HP. He does get that elimination, but here comes the Molly. But the Molly, they were down to 1 HP. Let's get on over to Luffy. I look up on one side, and we got somebody crawling on our screen. I look up on the other, and we got somebody crawling on the other screen. Alright, so I do think that Luffy's going to be able to get one pick back up, and we do have Alpha for Legend already getting some knocks over here. Looks like, ooh, oh, this is KZC coming up right behind Bambanini. Hello everyone, and welcome to the final day of semifinals for the XO Conquest Trials $700 tournament. This is Group B. In Group D, we have 5 final matches for these 2 groups tonight, and then we will be going into finals. Every point matters. Only the top 14 teams out of all these groups will be going to finals, so they need to make these points count today. Let's get through these slots, and let me show you the final teams of the semifinals. In Group 3, the Golden Fire in slot 4, Digital Age. Slot 5 are the Finest. Slot 6, Fearless Stars. Slot 7, Versatile. Slot 8, Dreamers Esports. Slot 9, Just Rushers. Slot 10, Fanatics Esports. Slot 11 will be the Real Gunners Esports. 12 are the Panthers. 13, TG Games. 14, Titanfall Esports. 15, Omerta Esports. 16, Urza Esports. 17, Zero Mercy. 18, Manic. 19, Made in Nepal. 20, Absolute Pain. And 21, we have Complex Esports. So there you go. There are your teams. And we do have several teams that are still needing some time to come on in. How's everyone's Tuesday night? I hope you're doing great. Whew. It's been a crazy 4 days of games. Well, this is number 4 for the semifinals. And we have had some 1v4s. We've had some epic shots, epic fights. I'm excited to see what this final semifinals group's gonna do. Like I said, every point matters. So these guys have been going for it. They really have. So let me make sure we got match 1 over here. We do. I'm all set up for that. Let me make sure the iPad's doing all right. So guys, today OBS has had another update. This is the 3rd update we've had since semifinals started. You know, my stream has crashed. I've seen every single streamer that I've watched in the last week. They've had crashes and everything. So hopefully this update will be smooth. They're obviously not having the best luck with the updates, obviously. Alright, so they just started the match. We are headed into match 1 of 5 tonight. Welcome aboard. Grab your towels because it's about ready to get very sweaty. And I haven't even chosen who we need to jump with. Nobody in my chat just yet calling out any teams. Guys, if you're getting in here, you got to let me know which teams you want to check in on, and I will check in on them as often as possible to help you keep an eye. Actually, you know what? I'm going to jump with Dom. He's already on both screens, so it just makes sense. Make it easy on us. Alright guys, here we go. Tonight's first flight path. We're coming in from the very southeast edge of Military Base Island, south of Nova Crates, going across the military base, going across the Lighthouse Peninsula, through Pachinki Ruins, over by the Cube area, and all the way dumping off at the Zarki Farm area. So that's the flight path, very central, going diagonal from southeast to northwest. Lots of places for these teams to jump. I see a huge cluster over that Military Base Island. It looks like we've got Digital Age, maybe T Games headed down to Military Base. Zero Mercy headed up towards that Milta area right there, along with the Finest. We also have a Murta on a huge split. We got one Snoopy going all the way down to that southern side, so that Solo very far away from the rest of his team. Let's see, what else do we see? Versatile headed up towards that shelter area. Manic headed up towards the OP dip. The Finest went over to the farm. We got Made Nepal over by the gas station, Westbridge. And, oh, we already got a fight right on down here. Let's head on down to Military Base and find out what's happening. Lucky getting the first lucky for T Games. And let's see, what is he doing? He's jumping. Oh, does come up right behind Digital Age. Henry's trying to get that. He does, and so now let's see what's going on with the rest of them. It looks like Taquita is down to about 20 HP. Zenry down, but he didn't get finished off, and we do have Melaruz up on the catwalk, so got several teams. Let's see, Asta also in a fight. Where's that? We could even go down to the Military Base. It's possible. It looks like the Panthers are in a fight. I gotta figure out where the Panthers jumped. I did not see where they went. They're all the way over here in the Georgia Pole area. So let's see what's going on here. We've got a trio for the Panthers over here with Team 6, the Fearless Stars. Looks like Panthers are coming up onto the Fearless Stars. I think, oh, Winter. So now we've only got the Solo left. Let's see what we can do for Yorchi. Let him come out and around. Oh no, so now Mila Ruz is just the last one over here, and it looks like he's going to push up and try to get a 1v4 or 1v3 over onto T Games. So we'll have to pay attention to that. The Fearless Stars, it looks like they took out the Panthers over here in South George. Let me see what else is going on. We do have Versatile, not too far away from Zero Mercy. Mercy. Oh, and right when I said that, we did get a knock over here, and I didn't see quite who got the knock. We did have Team 7 up and in. We're checking on Peace. Oh, we lost Zaniel over here. It looks like they're going to go ahead and rotate on out of there. Alright. So, let me go ahead and put that map back up there now that the fights are over. And we'll go ahead and figure out what's going on. Like I said, we got a very central first zone. Just Rushers and Manic. Ooh, let's head on over there. It's always hard for me to notice when the colors are right together. So Just Rushers and Manic, both the brown teams, and it looks like Mahesh was able to get it solo over in Walmart. But it looks like the Just Rushers are going to head up over towards that mansion area, trying to getting a little close over to the Fanatics. We got a lot of F's in here. A lot of T's, lots of F's. We got the Finest over here. We got the Fanatics over here. We got Fearless Stars over there. Looks like Mannix is still trying to come up and get some of those points. Let me see who that was. Maybe Dolphin over here. I'm not exactly sure if that was Dolphin or Hod, but looks like they've separated on out. Alright guys, let me go ahead and put that map back up there so you can check in on your teams, check in on your team rotations. Alright, let's see. I gotta get all these new tags into my head so I can actually call them out right for a change. Alright, let's see. I feel like, oh, there's another TF, so Titanfall. So we got Titanfall over here. Another F team. I'm gonna start calling them the Effers. I'm sorry guys. Alright, so we do have Titanfall and down here, and I thought they were getting kind of close, but maybe not. I think Urza's gonna go north, and we do have Versatile just settling over in those compounds. Alright, so let's go. T-Game's taking over the entire military base. Let me put that map back up there for you guys. There you go. Alright. I don't really see anything really close right now, so it might be, now that we're down to 16 teams, we might be a little slower getting into the zones. There's nobody over in that Rozhok area. Nobody jumped to Pachinki. Noble Crates wide open, but I believe Omerta did start at Noble Crates. The Golden Fire coming on in. It looks like they may be going over towards that Pachinki area. So that's basically what I see at this point. Let's check in on what's happening down in Primorsk. I see them starting to get ready to go ahead and rotate out. They may come in right in the middle of the Golden Fire, may end up over on Maiden Nepal and Ferry Pier. There is a solo all the way over in Ferry Pier, so that solo could end up into trouble. We do have quite the split for Complex Esports, but they're going, we got one going all the way up to Zarki, one going all the way down to the car spawn just to the east of Georgepol area. I feel like Omerta is gonna gatekeep T-Games coming off that east bridge, so we gotta watch for that. Main Nepal, I feel like they're setting up for that west bridge, but I'm gonna check in on Dreamers. We do have Kazuma coming in, not too far away from Main Nepal. They may end up seeing each other, but let's just get some action on the screen. Oh, I think we're gonna have Team 5, the Finest, coming right up and in over here on the Manic. You can see Manic is right there, right to the north of them. So let's see if the bad fella finds Manic over here. I feel like there's one. Let's check in on Sharon. They did drive just to the south of Manic, but it looks like they're doing just fine coming up over towards the Potato Hill line. And our zone's getting ready to pop. Let's go ahead and check in on the zone. So we are coming off of that military base, so T-Games is going to have some issues trying to get off that bridge, and I still think that the Finest are headed into another team, so we'll stay there with them for just a minute while we pay attention to the rotations coming on in. And I do think that T-Games is about ready to run into Omerta over on that east bridge, so let's get on over. And Urza. Ooh, Urza's in a fight as well, but let's see. Look at that center zone going on over there. Not exactly sure where to go next, but T-Games did come into the Omerta. King not having the best of luck with his own teammate over here, apparently. And let's see what's going on in that middle. The finest, I believe, they're doing fine. We do have Complex Esports over here that came right up into the Golden Fire, but it looks like the Golden Fire ran them off. But we do have the Fearless Stars right in front of them as well. They are starting to crush on top of each other. So really at the moment the big fight is to get T-Games off this east bridge and past Omerta. You can see that Omerta even got blessed by the drop behind him. So let's go over to Omerta, see what's happening right here. Look at that, the drop right there on the east bridge. And maybe Omerta getting ready to pull away, get that setup going on, maybe possibly, or headed over towards zone a little better. Look at that drop right on that east bridge. That's a crazy place for a drop. Alright, so I think T-Games is going to be able to come on in, but oh, they're going to run. Omerta is running right into the Fanatics over here, Team 10, so I'm not sure where. Looks like Jur might have been on his way over here. Might not be coming this way. Let's check in on Jur, see what he is up to. Nope, they're just coming up to the one stack over here in the farm field. So let's go back over to Complex Esports and see what's happening over towards the slaughterhouse. We've got several teams right on over in these Pachinki. We're on D Hill right now. It looks like the Golden Fire took over A Hill. Let's check in on what they're doing over here. Oh yeah, they are paying attention. Fall is already pushed up and over. It looks like he may be coming back, trying to get out of those maids as they are trying to push him down off the side of this ridge line. Oh, he might see Panic. I just saw Panic's head. Hello, beautiful twin Geisra. Hello to you. Alright, so right now they're just trying to ruin each other's gear. Let's see what else is going on. I think this is the closest thing to a fight. You can see down on this east bridge that T-Games will be able to get over the bridge, because Omerta did move up to that farm area. Everybody's very separated except for these two teams. So we'll just stay here for a second. Looks like Complex Esports getting into the off angle to try to get the shots up on the Fall, but Fall still has a full 3-man team right above him. And I believe Pachinki is still empty. No, we've had the Fearless Stars move into Pachinki. There you go. We still have 1 minute left. Stage 2. It's very quiet after losing our teams at the very start. I believe we lost at least 2 teams, maybe 3 at the start. I can't remember if we started with 19 or 20 teams. But now everyone's just kind of watching, so might be a minute before all the action begins again. I'm just gonna keep an eye on that iPad. Let's go up and check in on what they're doing up here. Let's check in on Wishy. They're just, yeah, they're not too worried about the team right next to them. I mean, if they get a chance, they'll definitely try to remove some helmets and vests, but at the moment they're alright with this. Dweezy, hello Star Girl, have a great stream ski. Dewey, big fan. Alright, so our zone does pop, and we're going from the West Bridge gas station all the way to Pachinki, all those Pachinki fields, the farm. So let's go. I can go ahead, since it's very quiet at the moment, I'm going to go ahead and put the iPad up there so we can all check in on on the rotations in. Oh, what a huge cluster though, right up over here. Let's see what's going to happen over in the Pachinki fields. You can see that we have several teams. Absolute pain coming right up and in onto the Fearless Star. So now we are down to just Triple X coming through the bunkers and trenches of the Pachinki fields and Zorbros. So I think the duo is gonna, but the duo does have a full team coming up right behind them. You can see that team, I think that's team 12. I can't quite catch it. Yes, it is 18. May and Manic trying to get up and over the top of that, but we do have the Golden Fire on the other side. This place where Triple X is chosen is not a good spot with all the angles that are coming down onto this little wishbowl. So let's see. Oh, right when I switched over, Murta came right up and over on that drive-by. We got some tires splatter, and I believe that was Snoopy that came on in, and now they're coming in to the car spawn, and we do have Dreamers Esports, but don't forget we've got the Golden Fire up on that ridge as well. We also have all the teams that are around on that backside. You can see on the mini map we also have a team across the way. I think that's the Just Rushers. So ooh, Snoopy getting taken down and out. So now we are down to Edu. Edo's trying to get those shots with the S12. Oh, but he does get knocked through the window. So now it is just Nas. Nas is the last. I'm going to go ahead and throw the smoke. He has a chance to get up two of his teams, but you can see that the Golden Fire, the finest, and I believe this is Just Rushers up on that hill. Yes, it is Just Rushers. So we got the Golden Fire, the finest, and Just Rushers all taking those shots right on down on top of this team here in the Pachinki car spawn. So let's go. We got the Fanatics coming up and around. Let's go over and check in on what has happened with Made in Nepal. They do have a team right over here with them. It is Zero Mercy. Nightmare coming up on him, and I'm not sure Red Boy is paying attention to Zero Mercy on the other side, but here comes the rest of his team, so maybe they know that Nightmare is in there, maybe not. Nightmare is being really quiet, and Swaz now knows that Nightmare is in the building right behind him. While we watch this, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on our map down below just a little bit more. Nightmare does get knocked now, so Zero Mercy down to the Inspector and Salmon. We know that Salmon does get several of these. He does not miss many of his shots when he does get you into his sights, but Made in Nepal should be able to get their teammates picked back up. However, Zero Mercy now down to just a duel, plus they got to move to zone. If you look in the upper right hand corner, you can see that that zone has moved away from the 12 pack. Alright, let's go ahead and zoom on in. I'll go ahead and put that iPad up there so you guys can see where your teams are. We are down to 13 teams, and in all of that we lost 3 more teams. So let's see. Omerta still on the track. Salmon get another knock on to Manic, as Manic is trying to get on out of the 12 pack, and look at it's not Manic, it's Made in Nepal. Made in Nepal coming out and around in their hovercraft, and now they're going to have to go over and pick up their teammates. So let's see what's going on. We did lose one over here for Made in Nepal. We lost Domain. So let's see. Looks like Swaz back on up, and these boys are just over there just giving them something to shoot at rather than push up on the solo trying to heal back up. So there you go. Ooh, those nades coming right on back on over. We do have a couple of teams that need to come on in. We have Urza all the way over towards the east, the finest. It looks like they're wrapping around. They're going to be coming in north of the Fearless Stars at this point. I'm not sure if they're going to keep wrapping around, but it does look like the Fearless Stars are also taking some shots. So let's go on over to where the Fearless Stars. Ooh, Harley gets knocked. Let's check in on what is happening. See if they're gonna push up from Team 5, the Finest. So we're over here at the slaughterhouse. Let's see, Cake by the ocean again, boys. Cake by the ocean. So let's go. It looks like they're going to come right up and in onto Complex Esports. Complex Esports coming off this hilltop and heading down below. But they are just barely in here. We do have the Golden Fire across the way. The Golden Fire is still up here on a hill. And it looks like we got the Dominator taking those shots. And I believe that may be made the 12 bag. Decode, what are you doing over in Pachinki? You need to get moving. Oh no, Decode gets taken down. He gets shot at and he gets down to 1 HP and gets taken out to the play zone, the blue zone. We are in stage 5 and the blue zone is now going to start punishing these teams. And let's see, there goes the water boy. Let's check in on Mahesh over here. Mahesh has some issues. The car needs to go to the shop, but he is sandwiched between Manic and Made in Nepal. Plus he's got a Murta right in front of him. A Murta still in that car spawn over here, holding them down. Look at that, Mahesh. They got the eyes on you. Just a second while I check in on the map over here. I can zoom in even more for you. We did lose Leo from the Finest. I did not see who took him out, but I think the Finest are down to just a solo now. We're down to the 30 players, 11 teams left. Let me go ahead and put that iPad up there because right now they are just kind of keeping an eye on each other. Still trying to figure out their ways into this zone. And let's go. Let's see. Where should we go? Let's go on over. I feel like the Fanatics. Hello, Sunshine. The Fanatics are coming right up over here onto Golden Fire. We got Jer coming up. Dominator. Pulled up on by 3 different directions by the Fanatics. So now let's see what's going on with the rest of the Golden Fire. I don't think they're going to be able to pick up Dom, but Dom is right up the hill. But look at that, the rest of the Fanatics right there. And there goes another one, Godson from the Fanatics has just been knocked, and they are still throwing those nades up and over towards that hovercraft that made. Oh, who got you? Alright, so now we are down to just a solo for the Golden Fire, and you can see in your upper right hand corner this mini map. It is absolute chaos right up over here. We still have, let's see what's going on over here for Dolphin in this fight with Urza Esports. Looks like Urza Esports down to do a blue shotty, and now there goes Dolphin. We're down to the final 9 teams, but 16 players. Let me put that up there really quickly there for you. And right when I do the push from the Fanatics right around and gets the final one from the Golden Fire. What a nade by Sharon. Sharon up and over. Still coming up into this Pachinki fields, and he's got a long way to go. You can see that he is right on over onto this edge. And oh, I think he's been seen from the Fanatics, maybe at the top, but there are so many teams over in that direction. He's got this little tiny hay-a-bed, but he is able to go ahead and heal back up. Let's see what's going on up here. Ooh, Santi Zin from the top of the hill. These guys do need to move in, but at the moment they're just going to go ahead and wait until the blue wave pulls them on in. So let's go on over here. Let me show you what kind of chaos they are having over in this field. We still have 5 teams coming in. Let's see, we still have Omerta. Omerta is still in this car spawn. Zero Mercy going out to the zone. No, went out to, look at that. Santi Zin finishing off Zero Mercy. So there you go. Let me go ahead and put that iPad up there, show you where all 3 of them are. We do have a duo from, or a trio, excuse me, a trio from Omerta over toward in that car spawn, but we still have the solo coming in from these fields, and he does have quite a ways to go, but at the moment the Fanatics are busy watching over Omerta. And it looks like the Fanatics separated, and oh, I think he might be getting run over here. Oh, did they come right up to him? I'm not sure who this is for the Fanatics, but he knows exactly where they are. They are right across from him, and they are trying to get into the zone. And you can see that Atlas from Versatile is still trying to come into the zone as well. We'll get a little bit closer. Let's see. There we go. Give you an idea of where they are. The field is full of smoke mushrooms, guys. We got plumes for days, and it looks like Edu may be getting ready to come on out in that vehicle. Does he have a vehicle in there? Let me check in on Edu. He does. So let's see. Edu's. Funny in my head, guys. I know. Alright, so everybody's in zone now, and the zone is starting to close. I'm gonna be pushing in Atlas. We got the nades coming out, so let's go. I think the zone, I'll go ahead and check in on where the zone is exactly in just a second. But Omerta, they all have, oh, there goes Atlas. So now we're down to see, ooh, Edu gets found. So now it is a 2v2. We have Santi Zin and the other one from the Fanatics, Nas and XXX. So it looks like XXX knows where he is, takes some shots. The nades are coming up and over towards him, and now let's get on over here if I can find this out really quickly. And there we go. So let's see. It is a 1v2 now, and here they come, pushing right up and in, and I think he's gonna, is he gonna take that car? What's he gonna do? Ooh! So now it is a 1v1 over here. Let me see if I can get this over here in time for you guys. And here they come. Nas versus, oh, what a shot, what a shot, what a shot. Alright, let's go, guys. Here we go. Coming in first, the Fanatics was 17 total eliminations, 27 total points for this very first Erangel match of tonight. GG Fanatics, that's a big win. Coming in second, Omerta with 10 eliminations, and then Versatile coming in third with 4 eliminations. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16 through 18. Going all out the Fanatics. I'm just going to call him E. 6 eliminations, 1,030 damage. So with that, we will be right back. We should have some live scores, and we'll be jumping with the Fanatics into match number 2. Be right back. Let's go. I'm tired. I am super tired, guys. I'm tired, goofy. Hopefully my voice will hold out, because my throat is still sore, guys, but we're gonna push through it. our ice elves are both back up, but it doesn't look like Fruity is gonna be able to get a whole lot of health going off. We do have Luffy over here on the stairs. Let's see, Fruity trying to get out of that molly that's coming right. Oh, but Luffy does get found in that molly. Can you get that? Oh, get that fire off of you. You got the sticky bombs coming, but look at this. Not only is Alpha 4 Legends pushing up, but so is CBK at the same time. So we have all these teams pushing up right together. So we have 3 teams almost in this little 2 stacks house. Oh, and they've all figured out that they're coming in from all these different angles. So they decide to slow on down. The IGL's over there telling them go slow, think it through, talk it through. You guys know if you know. Alright, let's see. Let's go on over and see what's happening with Alpha 4 Legend. We do have Bombanini. It looks like he went over to the off angle. It looks like they went ahead and told him to get into a better positioning. Jeez, I like that. I like it. AZZ getting pulled back just a little bit because they did hear or see CBK Esports pushing up on that other side, and we still have Ice Elves up here in this house with 2 teams on both sides of them. Let's see what else is going on while we can. And looks like we've got XO Elites coming up from that eastern coastline. Your boys, Octa, your boys are coming along the eastern coastline. They're south side, actually. South of Leone's coming up behind XO. I believe, if I remember how they rotate, they're going to go all the way up that eastern coastline. They could end up right on top of the XO Elites. So we got to keep an eye on that. We do have Team Control coming in next to Finial and I guess, and Bombanini just found a knock, and we're still on that eastern edge. We still have the shoreline all right on over there. So let's see. We're still with the Ice Elves over here, and so CBK, we're down to just a solo now, and Luffy gets knocked, so now we're just down to Sushi. Sushi coming up with Alpha 4 Legend coming in. Sushi down to half health now, and oh, I don't think you have time to get that rose off. These mollies are going to be coming up. Nope. Sticky bomb. Oh, and some stuns. Look at that. Don't hear the stun grenades going off all that often. Hello, Suloji! Suloji, my hero. Hello, how are you? And now Santi B. Santi B is pushing up as the solo, coming up alone onto all 3 of them from Alpha 4 Legends. Oh, Alpha 4 Legend coming out of El Azahar with 6 eliminations. Remember, there were 4 teams up here. I don't remember where the last one went, but and oh, it looks like your boys ran into Oblivion Esports over here. Wavering, how are you the last one still standing? How did I miss your fight? Let's go on over to see what's going on. Octa in my chat, your boys do have an elimination, but all 4 of them are doing just fine. They're coming up through those southern farms of Los Leon, and we do have Oblivion not too far away from that to the west. Now let's see what else is happening. I think now's a great time to put that iPad up there so you guys can figure out where your teams are if they're still in here. I am missing a team all the way over by that Ladrilla area. I'm not scrolled out far enough, but Unique Legacy is coming up through Ladrilla, Monte Nuevo. So let me see, maybe I can scroll it on over just a little bit that way. And let's see what else is happening. Right now, they're all in the rotations. Nobody's really on top of each other. I do see OTB not too far away from the solo. So let me go ahead and put OTB on here. Octa, I don't know which one you really want me to pay attention to. Let's check in on... Isn't that the cutest little belly? Get you goo. Don't you hate it? When all four of your tires are pointed at the clouds. Alright, let's go. Let's see what else is happening. We still have, I think Unique Legacy and Finial are going to miss each other, but I think Finial is going to end up on Incognite now. But I don't know. J-Star seems to be chasing down. Let's go on over here and see if J-Star is chasing them down, because I feel like J-Star can see them off in the... Yes, he can. He knew exactly where they were. Look at this, J-Star. I still think it needs to be a song. Somebody out there that has at least, you know, an ounce or cell of music ability, help me with some of these songs. You guys already know I can't sing, I can't make music, I can't make songs, but you guys, you know, you guys can help. Nobody said that you just have to sit there and watch these guys. I am good, Suloji. How are you? How are you? Suloji is the sun. Alright, we got the broken spirits up here. It looks like they're getting ready to get into a fight. And Mr. Jack Lord, your boys are not too far away from Incognite Evolution. So let's go. Let's see what's happening with Mr. Void. You can see in the mini map that these two teams are not that far apart. And look at that. Nagumo, let me check. Oh, he even got the eliminations. So he's off on a scouting mission, and that was successful for an elimination. Plus he knows where they are. So I think I can scroll in. Yeah, I can scroll in a little bit more now for you guys. There's obviously nobody over here in the water, so I'll keep scrolling in. Hello everyone and welcome back. Are you ready to see these scores? Coming in first with that winner chicken dinner, the Fanatics, and 27 points to start off the night. Let me make that a little bigger for you. There you go. Oh, Murtha coming in second, 16. Zero Mercy coming in third with 11. And we're getting ready to start. Most of these teams do have full teams. It does look like the Fanatics are missing a duo, and then we're missing one from Made in Nepal, but they're still coming in, guys. I'll put the scores back up there, and we'll start it when they start the match. So happy Tuesday night. This is the semifinals, Group B and D for the XO Esports Conquest Trial $700 tournament. This is the final day for semifinals. All the groups, this is the final night of group stage for semifinals. The top 14 teams overall points. So the Fanatics just jumping ahead with 27 is very significant for the Fanatics. So I don't have totals just yet. Those will be coming out in the next day or two, and we'll know who's going to the finals. And it looks like we're losing more players than we're gaining at this point. But all the teams are in their seat. It's just a couple of these teams are trios at the moment. We still haven't started the match. Still have them coming into slot 1, so we haven't started yet. I'll let you see this iPad to show you that we still have a couple of... and we got someone in slot 1. That's always fun. Alright, so let's go ahead and this time jump with Fanatics E. I'm going to call you E. 6 eliminations, 1,030 damage. Let me go ahead. Let's check in on the iPad. Yes, we got the mirror. Let me go ahead and put the iPad up there. And now let's get on over to the Fanatics. Kitty Lover for Versatile's gonna have to go ahead and get off the plane. Alright, so let's see. Whoops. There is your last map. Ooh, that was fast. That was fast. Let me go ahead and put that up there because I don't even have my map ready yet. I didn't expect to load in at the last second. Alright, so here we go. We're coming in from Minas del Sur, down on the prison island, going across Minas de Valle. We're going over to Macera, Picado, the intersection by Hacienda del Patron, going across Cruz de Valle all the way through Camp Militar. So there's your flight path. And let's see if I can find the Fanatics. Have they jumped yet? There's E, so I have them on full screens now. It looks like we've got two teams headed already down to Villa del Mar. Let's see, maybe Absolute Pain going to the north, the Digital Age going in, but we do have the Fanatics jumping with Urza. So I'm gonna go ahead and put that over onto the screen and take that off my screen. And let's pay attention to what's happening on the rest of it. We do have, let's see, 3 teams headed down to Las Leon. We've got Complex Esports, Golden Fire, and Real Gunners Esports. Hello, Real Gunners Esports. I see you. I didn't see you last match. Let's see what's going on over here. Fanatics turning back around, headed for that bus. They did have Just Rushers right there with them as well. So Just Rushers and Urza Esports all going to Monte Nuevo. So let's go and see what's happening up in San Martin. We've got the Panthers over there. We've got the Finest in Team 14, the Finest. Titanfall, Team 14 in Hacienda del Patron. I told you all these uppers were going to get me all confused. Oh, we got, look at that, Manic all the way up there, and look at that, the Kitty Lover doing what he was supposed to do. Shout out to Versatile Kitty Lover, knowing the proper thing to do. So now let's get on over into some of these fights. We've got T-Games in a fight. Let's see where were T-Games. And I don't even see T-Games on here. Let's see, where did they go? Are they down in Leones? Nope. Alright, I do not see Just Rushers and Urza. Here we go, right on over here. Let's check in on what's happening here. We got the Matrix up to an eliminations over here with oh, Shotty's in trouble, guys. Shotty, oh no, Shotty was coming up and over. The Code is the one that's in trouble. Shotty maybe, oh no, Shotty may be in trouble. Shotty got low. Let's check in on the Code. The Code is far enough away that maybe the Code, oh, the Code does have the Winchester. Let's see, can he get a knock, guys? Let me know. There's someone going solo team 1 if I saw correctly. Yes, you did see it correctly, Kaiser. They did have them in slot 1. Alright, so the Code's going to be just fine, I think. Going to be able to get some loot anyway. So let's see what else is happening. Let's get on down here and check in on the Real Gunners. Hello, Tempa. Big fan. Ooh. Right here with the Golden Fire. Ooh, Tempa down to 1 HP. It's like, move, get off the stairs. So now let's check in on what's going on with Nehan. Nehan down to about 30 HP. And we do still have Dominator up in that window. Let's check in on what Dom is looking at through these windows. He's got his eyes over on Zaza Zozo. Alright, so it does look like Slaughter is in trouble for the for the Golden Fire over here. Oh no, they are pushing right up and in. They do have, it's Tempa and Nemo up there. Tempa, I'm not sure if he's got any first aids, but oh no, he does not have any first aids. He's got some band-aids. He needs to start getting those going. Nahan across the way, but Nemo is keeping an eye on this angle. Let them know that TK is right on down below. So let's see. We do have Slaughter and TK. Oh, Tempo. Tempo went on right out. Oh, Tempo went right into that Tempo. No, no, no. And now, let's see what's going to happen over here. We do have, it looked like, yeah, it looked like we were going to have him push on down, but don't. He's going to go ahead and get into Tempa's box. He does get some extra ammo for his pump shotty. They are not pushing up all that fast, so we still have all 4 of them for the golden player. We did lose Tempa. And let's see, sticky bomb. Boop. He does get him to push back, but then they just come right back together. So let's go. While we watch this for a second, let me check in on the map. So T Games and let's see what this is the finest. So T Games and the finest were up in La Cabrera, so that's where they went. I did miss that one fight. Alright, so Nemo using some smokes to keep him from coming up. Oh, he's gonna go ahead and get into Tempa's. Oh, he went ahead and grabbed some more 5s. We do have Dom still across the way, or Fall across the way. It looks like Fall is paying attention to everything that's going on. Let's see what Fall has this off angle over onto the real gunners, and you can see that Zozo is paying very close attention. He's got the AK and the M249, and he's got Dom and Fall right across from him. So it's a 1v2 over here, and it's a 2v2 in that compound. I think Dom just got a little bit of fall damage jumping on down. But it looks like Dom is getting ready to push up and help the rest of his team. But if he goes across, he may get found by Zozo. So let's keep an eye on Zozo over here. See what's going on. Can he see Dom? Yes, he knows that Dom is moving. And now the Panthers and Versatile are in a fight. Let's see, where are the Panthers and Versatile? I see Absolute Pain right on over here. They're not too far apart. It looks like Absolute Pain coming up onto that duo from Urza. So let's go check in on what Urza is doing as Absolute Pain are pushing right up into this compound. Ooh, Decode goes down. Shotty goes down. Alright, so now Urza, I think, is down to just a solo. I'm not sure where the solo... Oh, he is way over here. It's Lofsy. And Zozo. Zozo gets knocked as Dom goes running across the way. So now it's just up to Nemo. He is the last one still standing for the Real Gunners Esports. And now the push is coming up from all 4 of them from the Golden Fire, coming right up into Nemo. Nemo holding down the angle on the stairs, waiting for one of those heads to pop. We do have that smoke grenade launcher going off. M249, I believe that was Dom. Oh. I'm not sure if he took that shot in time, but I don't think he got a knock onto that. Oh, and came out right into the middle of the fire. So we're going to be able to get Dominator. Pick back up. Alright, what else is going on? We do have Made in Nepal right over here with the finals. Let's see what's going on with the bad fella. And there goes the Panthers again. And I still haven't found the Panthers. I'm sorry, bad fella. Swaz finding you on the back of that buggy. I guess Swaz wanted that buggy more. Alright, where are the Panthers? Oh, they are way over here. Let's check in on what's happening with the Panthers over here. We do have them up to 4 eliminations. They're all getting picked back up. They're getting healed back up. So let's go. They're up to 3 eliminations. Excuse me. So I'm not sure which team that was, but Now they are all coming on down. Let me go ahead and put that iPad up there so you can see we still have Maiden Nepal all the way up to that north side coming in behind the finest. And then we've got, I believe this is T Games coming in not too far to the north of Zero Mercy. Yes, and the Panthers, they need to come on in. Just Rushers need to come in, and we do have a weird split over by that Leones from Dreamers Esports. They'll be coming in over by the Golden Fire. The Golden Fire, they've got plenty of space, but I feel like let's come on over to the other TFers. And Team 14, Titanfall. Oh, right when we switched over, he does get taken out. They came right up and in onto Urza. Urza right on over here, and Omerta. So Lofsy trying to hold on the Grays, and he is getting, oh, look at that, legit, running right into that tree. I feel you, legit, I feel you. Oh, Lofsy in that FPP. Lofsy, did you get that knock over onto him? Lofsy, he does get arc knocked. So I think there's two of them knocked right. Oh, he finished them off. So there they go. But he does have more teams coming in. He's got Absolute Pain and Omerta. Zero Mercy also in the fight. Let's see, where is this going on? Right on over here with the Fanatics. The Fanatics over here. E has been knocked. Our last match top fragger over here in the nade shack, and I think Jer's going to be able to get over and get him at least some coverage, as Zero Mercy are now full sending on the shack. Let's see, we're going to go ahead and take a shot across the way to try to cover for his teams, and I think it does look like E has been disconnected. I'm not sure what's going on with that, but hopefully he'll come on back. Santi's in right on over here, but he also has another team coming up right behind him, the Panthers. So the Panthers are coming up along that backside as well. The Panthers, I don't believe they came in with any points today, so the Panthers will be going, trying to get some of these early points. E has been picked back up, healed back up, so he is back in. So let's check in on, oh no, he gets taken down now. So Godson right here in the nade shack, right between the Panthers and Zero Mercy. Santi's in, losing his buggy to Winter over here. And look at that potato on that tire squish. So tire splatter over here. Clean up aisle 5. Alright, so now Potato is getting punished for that play by the Panthers, but he is going to be able to make it over to the garage to be able to get some of that first aid. Let me check in on TP. Oh, look at that. Fanatics. He gets sprayed right on out, but he gets sprayed by Solomon, and TP trying to get that elimination away from Solomon, but I think Solomon was able to finish that off. We do have 4 eliminations, and we've got Zero Mercy pretty split up. We do still have Godson in the nade shack, trying to get some shots up the hill onto TP. TP just peeking. That's the peeker, I guess. So there you go. A little better than what I would have called him. Alright guys, let's go. Let me go ahead and scroll on in the rest of it. We do have Dreamers and the Golden Fire getting kind of close to each other down in that Leones area. I'll go ahead and put that out. Wow, Zero Mercy goes ahead and leaves the Panthers. So the Panthers Zero Mercy further to the east. There's your map of what is happening at the moment. Looks like the Panthers are just going to come on down. So I'm going to go ahead and try to find where I think the next fight's going to be. Make sure that you let me know in the chat which team you are here to check in on, if you want me to check in on anyone in particular. And I think let's go Let's check in on, we'll watch Zero Mercy for a moment while Zero Mercy tries to get up and in. It looks like they came back for the Panthers. Look at this. Asta, they be looking for you. What is going on with Asta over here? Asta very aware that they're right there with him. So let's see. Usually Asta is Papi Triste. Papi Triste. I'm not sure if it is tonight or not, but let's go. Looks like he's gonna go ahead and rotate further to the west, which is, it was pretty good. He can come in through that Chunmasera up in the oil tankers, get that overview, because that's all still right there in zone. Go ahead and put the iPad back up there for your VOD reviews later this week. And oh, I completely missed that we've got Manic coming down from that Via Del Mar southern coastline route. So they're going to end up on the digital age. So maybe head over to the digital age, check in on what's happening, as XO5 may end up seeing them as they come in through that southern route. So I don't see anything just yet. And Manic, they probably heard those shots, so they may not come in just that way. So we still have the Panthers coming in through the, oh, here they come. Manic Vortex does come in onto XO5. So XO5 does have some eyes on to where Vortex, look at that, right through that 6x scope. And he's pointing out the route. Oh, he sees the rest of the rotations from the team, so he knows that the flippy floppy cars going up. Here for just a minute, you can see that our zone is still going between Chumacera and Leone. Is a very, very normal zone for these players. This is one of those zones where they're very used to, so they know the rotations down here. But we do have the Panthers not too far away. What are you doing? What are you guys doing over here? You just way off on your own scouting mission? Because I don't think your team is all that close. The rest of the team, I think maybe he's just trying to anchor into the mountains, maybe. But our zone's getting ready to pop. Let me go ahead and put the iPad up there, and you can see that we're going over to the western industrial area of Leones and the wastelands to that western area. So most of these teams do have to come on in the zone. We do have the Golden Fire all the way to the east. They've got plenty of those western industrial buildings to choose to call their home. We got T games coming in as this T games. Yes, there are too many of these, and I'm not exactly sure. Let's go on over to Team 6. Team 6 is the Fearless Stars. They do have Omerta already. Look at that, rotating down and through, using terrain to stay out of the spray of Cake. We got Cake by the ocean, boys. Cake by the ocean. Let's see. He does it all the way into the shack over here, and he is right down the hill from Team 6, the Fearless Stars. And let's see what's going on with Absolute Pain over here. Absolute Pain right below Zero Mercy. You can see that Zero Mercy all up on that ridge line. This Triple X is trying to get out of there. Oh, it's punished by who found you? It was Potato. And Zobro's trying to get on over to him and just cannot get him onto the back of that buggy. Gonna have to flip on over, and now he's gonna run into the Fearless Stars over on that ridge line. Maybe even Omerta, because Omerta is right there as well. So let's see what else is happening with the rest of this. Yeah. The digital age still has the Panthers coming up behind them, plus Dreamers Esports in front of them, and it looks like we've got the Golden Fire in a fight with, I believe that was Manic. Yes, it was, right on over here. Let's check in on Slaughter. Slaughter coming right up over here onto Manic. Oh, Dolphin right there. Slaughter down to 1 HP. And Dolphin gets found by Hod. But here comes the rest of the Golden Fire right up and behind him. So now it does look like they're going to try to get out of some of these nades coming up and over. Dom's going to go ahead and try to get that heal off. But the Dreamers are right there behind him as well. We do have Vortex. Vortex is the anchor in zone, and he's covering the backside of this fight. He's got that crossfire coming up the hill onto the Golden Fire, but we also have the Fearless Stars. Manic on top of this, but here comes the Digital Age, the duo. He's going to try to get right there, and I don't even think that he's in zone. He's just barely out of the blue. So while we watch this for just a second, he is the last one still standing for the Digital Age. Let me go ahead and scroll all the way in. We are in stage 5, so now the zone is really going to start. Ooh, there goes his teammate there, Takita. But we do have a team right up on top of them. We've got Manic right there. We got the Dreamers all right there. So Manic and the Dreamers now in a fight right above them. Let's check in on what Hod is doing. He does have the Dreamers right down below. It looks like Vortex just got knocked. And Dolphin coming. Ooh, Dolphin knows that. Kazuma right there popping his head up. And Dolphin trying to get those shots over onto Kazuma. So let's check in on Kazuma. Kazuma over here in the grass ghillie suit. Look at this. That is always frightening to see. Zayn going off for Manic, and I think we lost Zayn. We did, so now it's just down to Hod. Hod is the last one, and now Hod is leaving the wreckage behind him and trying to get on over to zone. So let's see what else. Let me go ahead and put that map up there for you so you guys can keep an eye on what's happening. It looks like Hod is still trying to figure out which way he wants to go. We got Kazuma in that ghillie coming on in, getting an anchor just to the south side of this, but he is down in a fishbowl down below where Hod came in. So looks like he's just getting that route cleared for the rest of his teammate. I like how he uses the smoke so the rest of his team can come out here. And he's keeping an eye on the rest of the teams coming up at his back. He does have zero mercy. I see Salmon not too far away. Oh, look at that. Salmon has direct sight over onto the Dreamers right in front of them. And let's see, they got on their launch and everything they got. I saw nades and mollies going up into the dip right in front of them. And Salmon does fight. Oh, but here they come in return. So now we got that just down to the Inspector. The Inspector down to 5 HP. May be able to get his team picked back up, but we've got 1 minute. 1 minute for him to get that heal off and get his team into that truck and get out of there. I don't even know how he's going to get out of there. They are in this just a horrible spot. So now let's see what else is going on. Let's go up towards this top of the map over here, the north side of the zone. We got Team 13. Team Games trying to get those shots across onto the Fearless Stars, and Harley did not like that at all. Harley taking the helmet right off his head. Let's go. At least autograph the helmet. Let me go ahead and show you this horrific zone. We got Cake on the ridge line. Look at this zone. So we have 5 teams. We got T-Games, Team 13. We also have the Fearless Stars. We've got Omerta. We've got zero mercy, and then up on that hill, let's see, which team am I missing? I feel like I'm missing a team. It does look like a Murta getting pulled up on by zero mercy. Game's trying to come in right below all of this. Harley from the Fearless Stars. Then there goes some Cake. goes the cake, guys. And Omerta right on over here with Zero Mercy coming up right behind him. Let me try to get a little better angle onto this chaos now. There really is not anything out in this field. You can see that Kazuma coming on in just those few seconds in the blue, already down into the red. We have 4 teams left. The Fearless Stars, Dreamers Esports, Zero Mercy, and Omerta. And ooh, Salmon finding another knock onto the Dreamers. And we do have the Inspectors right on behind him. And I'm not sure if the Inspector's going to be able to get healed up right on that edge of the zone. You can see that they really have to push right up and in. They are to that south side. So we've got the Fearless Stars all the way to the north, and we are down to the top 3. We do have the solo from Omerta, 2 duos, Fearless Star and Zero Mercy. So the last 5 players, 3 teams remaining. Alright, so Salmon just keeping an eye, hoping that they'll go, hoping that they'll start a fight, start shooting so he knows where they are. They do have that nice ridge line, but it looks like Karan may be having some issues right on down here, and I think maybe Axe can see them from over here. Axe now has to go. He may end up going out to the blue zone. So now we're going to push in. Salmon making it. The Inspector does not, and I don't think that they're able to make it on out of there. So let's go on over here. We do have Harley up and around, and the Inspector does not make it. So it's Karan and Harley right across the way from Salmon. So let's see. It looks like Karan coming up and in. Let's see what Harley is doing over here, trying to get those shots. And there it goes. There it goes. Let me take that off of there. Coming in first, the Fearless Stars with 7 eliminations. Zero Mercy. Salmon with 7 out of the 11 eliminations. GG. Omerta coming in third with an elimination. GG. Top 3. Here are the rest of your scores. 4 through 6. 7 through 9. 10 through 12. 13 through 15, 16 through 18, 19 through 20. Going all out. Zero Mercy. Salmon, 7 eliminations, 682 damage. And with that, we should be right back jumping with Zero Mercy. Salmon, the scores going into match number 3. Rondo. Be right back. And try to make it as big as possible, because I know it's hard sometimes to see where your teams are, especially the lighter colored teams. Let me go ahead and put that map up there so you guys can really figure it out. And it does look like we've got another team coming up and around. We got Vinial trying to come on in. Nagumo. Oh, watch this. Watch the scout. Watch the scout. Ooh, they're coming right up and onto you. So we got Crisis right across. Nagumo does get a lot of damage with these S12, but now Nagumo down to 1 HP. Woo! Oh, what the Freds was that? What the Freds does get an elimination right on over there. No, the eliminations was Chris. GG's Chris, also with the S12 coming up and over that ridgeline. But he was a solo. Now we are all shifting over again to that shoreline. We do have about 20% water this time, and they are all trying to crush on in. And we got teams all the way down from the south to, but the northeast side is pretty clear. Let me just go ahead and stay here. Let me put that iPad up there, and then you guys can check in on the rotations. You can see that the zone is going all the way over to the water. Look at that. It goes out into the water. Let me yell at my dog for just a second. Be right back. Alright, there we go. Let's see. Looks like Team Control is in a fight. Let's get on over to K19. I see K19 is knocked. So let's see what's happening. Oh, and I did not get on to K19 fast enough. And that was Control that came up and in onto K19, I believe, right on over here. We still have AMG Esports and OTB. Octa, your boys are wrapping around right on over here. And they do have another team right up on top of that hill. And that is, I guess we broke. I guess we broke. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I can testify to that. All right, let's go. Let's see what else is happening. I do see Entity over here. The Habibi almost came right. Ooh. Nice maze work there. Nice maze work. Came right up in onto J Star. I need a song, guys. I need a song. All right, so let's see. What else is happening? Guys, they are all just crushing right on in chat. Where should we go? Because it is just absolute chaos with these rotations. Some of these rotations I don't expect, so it's a little hard for me to catch where these guys are going. But we're going to go over to Fresh because Fresh does have... Ooh, Foxy, your boys are coming into play, and they're right between, I guess, an AMG. Ooh, Fresh, who found you? Bones from Alpha 4 Legend. Again, I don't know where Bones is, but he's always got some crazy, look at this, crazy angle coming across. I think he's the one that's way up over there. Yes, he is. Look at this, and now Ocho Loco returns the favor and gets KZZ down after he just went and thirsted Fresh. Nightcroy, I'm sorry. There goes Nightcroy. So let's see. That was out to Alpha 4 Legend, Bambanini. What is happening right on over here with Vortex? Vortex, what is happening to you? You got a team coming right up in... Oh, Marioso, what happened? Marioso thinking, oh, Marioso. He's like, yeah, I'm done. All right. I'm headed over to Rondo. Meet me there. I'll be at the top floor getting some of that nice cherry tea. Maybe some jasmine. Alright, we do have Finial way out in that blue. Let me go ahead and zoom in on this map a little bit because I'm sure you guys cannot see what's happening now. Dark Side Knights all the way over on that beach side. Just waiting for the zone, waiting for the teams to fight it out before they come on in. Let me put that iPad up there so you can check in on where the rotations went. And we still have Incognite Gaming, or Incognite Evolution on the screen. Look at this. They're running right up and in onto Finial. The two scouts just nose to nose in the vehicles. Look at this. Finial is just keeping it out in the blue. We are in stage 4. They're not going to be taking that much zone damage just yet, but eventually it's really going to catch up to them. Let's check in on Foxy's team and Team Control. So Team Control is right down next to, oh, they are right on the zone. You can see up in the upper right-hand corner, that zone is right there. They're gatekeeping Foxy's team from coming on in. Let's check in on Foxy's team. Hello, Anita Maxwin. I like that name, Anita Maxwin. I always need a Maxwin. I need a Maxwin teammate. Oh, not that way. There's too many teams outside, but they're trying to get in behind, I guess, while they're getting shot at by Alpha 4 Legend. That was kind of a bit of lag, wasn't it, guys? Alright, so look at, oh, Vortex with that Whack-A-Mole. Whack-A-Mole was the game that I was trying to remember over in El Azahar. Nade for nade, and we do get a nade over onto Vortex, and Vortex gets taken down and out for, I guess. Let's check in on Monster. Hello, Monster. I guess you are a monster. The two... GG's on that. Oh, right over the top. Jumps right on. Oh my God. A two-piece. A two-piece. He jumped out of that car. I would have been knocked right there just looking at their feet. But that was amazing. So Nismo now coming right up and in. Trying to get the shots down on the Team Entity. Another jump out. And Team Entity Habibi gets that special 12 gauge sandwich. Sandwich delivered. Alright, what is happening over here with OTB? OTB now keeping an eye on, I guess. Woo! Gets him down to about half health, but I guess that, alright, I guess I'm gonna go left. I guess I'm leaving. Alright, so while we watch this chaos, which is complete chaos in my opinion, let's go ahead and scroll on in just a second more. We do have, look at that, we had the warning 55 seconds before the zone starts to spank ya. We are down to 7 teams. Hello everyone and welcome back. Are you ready to see these scores? Coming in first, the Fanatics with that winner chicken dinner and 30 total points. Zero Mercy going into second with 28. The Fearless Stars with the winner chicken dinner in 23 total points. There are your scores going into match number 3 of the EXO Esports Conquest Trial $700 semifinals. This is the last day of finals. So the groups B and D. In the next couple of days, we'll get all the standings. Every point matters because the top 14 teams will be moving on to finals to face off with the 4 teams that played earlier in the Battle of the Stars. And I'll go ahead and show you the iPad, show you that we haven't started yet. We have most of our players in. We're missing players from several of these teams. Hopefully these teams can fill themselves up, but I'm going to go ahead and put the scores back up there for a second and take just a little more water. As a lot of you guys know, I've been sick this week. Hopefully I can get over all of this before finals start. We do have a playoffs night, or practice night, so that these guys can, all 18 teams will be practicing. I believe it's Friday night. I'll have to check the calendar for sure, but all of our finalists will be there Friday night, so that should be pretty exciting. And let's see, it looks like our room's starting to really fill up. We do have only 2 players missing. Let me go ahead and show you the last match top fragger. This time we are jumping with Zero Mercy Salmon. 7 eliminations, 682 damage. So when we load on in, I'll go ahead. Let me check to make sure I switched that over. Yes, I did. Let me get the iPad up there. There we go. And loading into the beautiful Rondo. Let me find Zero Mercy Salmon. And there he is. Team 17 on your screen right when we're getting ready to start. I don't think I'm going to be able to switch it over just yet, so here we go. Yeah, oops, the flight path. Oh, we got double flight pass on this one. This is the first time I've seen the double flight pass this tournament. I'm not sure if they turned on the esports or turned off the esports, but we've got 2 flight pass on this. So we're coming in from Hime Town all the way to Lampo, and from Nanchon all the way down to Tin Long Gardens, well, northeast of Tin Long Gardens, south of Danchin. So let's go. Look at the chaos now. Look at the chaos now. Double flight pass. Are the planes gonna meet in the middle? Can we see the other plane? I'm just curious. Oh, we do! Yeah, it's the little things that excite me, guys. The little things. Alright, so there we go. And we still have Salmon on the plane. Let's see. Doesn't look like a lot of these teams are landing on top of each other over at that far eastern edge. I do see Manic all the way around the digital age, and I do see the Fanatics are right on top of another team, and Salmon going all the way down to the end of this flight path. Let's go ahead and put him up there because he is jumping with Omerta and the Golden Fire. So we've got a huge beastly cluster right here in the southern side. And I don't know if they're all headed over to Jadina. And look at that first zone. Our first zone is absolutely central. So it looks like we've got most of our teams are separating out. I think the Dreamers may be coming down to Hungshan with Complex. I believe the Dreamers are going to come in really late on top of Complex. It looks like Salmon really far south of the Golden Fire. We got I don't even know where to look first because they are all right on top of each other. Everyone is fighting. Let's get on over here really quickly and check in on Complex Esports. I just saw a knock over onto the Dreamers, so let's see what's going on with the Dreamers. You can see that we do have one knocked on the outside. Just Rushers and Zero Mercy also in a fight. Looks like Panic is coming up and in. We're on Crisis right now, and let's see what's going on with Panic as he comes up and in onto the duo now from the Dreamers right across the way. So I'll stay here for just a minute. Let me check in on what is happening all the way down at the south side. I think Salmon should be okay away from the Emertha, and let's see the Inspector. Let's see what's happening over here in Danshang. It looks like we've got Just Rusher, Zero Mercy, and Maiden Nepal. Stuff fights going off, and did we just lose a team? The Dreamers. I know. Oh, we do have one of them from the Dreamers headed off too. Looks like King is going to be able to get over to one of the recall centers. I'm not sure how successful he's gonna be, but Maiden Nepal, they started as a trio over here, and they did jump with two other teams. We do have Zero Mercy over here, as well as was it Just Rushers? I don't remember the other team that was here. Got EMP zones going off, but you can see that the zone is fairly small for the size of this map. So feels to me like we start in these esports rooms in zone 5 and just start pushing them right on in. EMP zone is active, so the bad fellow over here, he's in bad shape. He can't go anywhere or do anything, but he is on a recall center for the Finest, as the Finest are over here in the test track area, the Neox factory with Team 14 Titanfall. These offers are gonna mess me up. I just cannot. I'm sick, guys, so it's hard for me to figure out which team is which. Alright, let's get on over to Manic, because it does look like Manic is pushing up now onto the digital age. Manic getting into these different positions around the digital age right in front of them. Commander versus Versatile. Where was that? I don't even know who the Commander is. Where is Versatile? Versatile, where are you? I'm not sure. Oh, all the way down here. Let's check in out with Urza. And let's see, Kitty Lover. Right up and around. So think that was Urza right on over here. I don't know who the commander is, guys. I don't. Is that? Oh, is the commander what they call those super soldiers of the temples? Maybe. But let's get on over to Just Rusher, because Just Rusher is taken out by Team 6, the finest, or the Fearless Stars. Oh, these Fs. Alright, so the Fearless Star, Team 6, coming right up and in. And I do see the Panthers not too far away. So let's get on the Panthers. I see that they're up on this ridgeline, trying to get those shots right on down. And Zendry finding Dolphin. So Dolphin was found out. Alright, guys. Let me check in on the map, because the blue zone is starting to push these teams in. And teams are scattered all over the place. We got the Panthers, TP, taking those shots down and across onto Team 6, which are the Fearless Stars. So it looks like TP is gonna push on in, get a little closer. I don't know if he can drive across this river or not. And maybe the river is, oh, it's a very shallow river, kind of like the rivers over in Sandhawk and Manic, in a fight with the digital age still up on that other compound. But looks like the Panthers coming up on this ridge line, trying to get those shots over onto Harley and Vamsey. I think Vamsey may be the last one. Look at that, right across in. Is he going to get the shots? He does find them right there, and I think the Fearless Stars does have one more. No, the Fearless Stars, Team 6, yeah, they still have a trio. Vamsey is the only one that came out, so they must have been over on that. Oh, they had a recall center right behind them, so we do get Cake back, and Cake is up to level 3 stuff. Cake finding the level 3, I like it, Karan. So they are still over here in the fight with the Panthers. Looks like they're trying to take over the vehicles right down below. So let's check in on what these guys are doing. Looks like they're down below this ridge line. Not too worried about the spray going off over their head. Alright, let's see. Let me go ahead and put that iPad up there, and let's find another fight to go to, because we are really zooming in now. So let's get on over to the Complex Esports. Complex Esports, you can see that the Fanatics Jur finding Pancake, and we got Bumbaglat coming up and around. Outfit, you got the strawberry outfit, is that what you're saying? Oh, Fanatics E, the first match top fragger going out. Who did you go out to? Crisis is now up to 3 eliminations, still trying to get those shots across onto the Fanatics. Let's check in on what's going on with the Fanatics. All 4 of them from the Fanatics are up on their feet, and it looks like Jur just needs to heal up just a little bit. Let's check over onto Sandy. He's coming up onto the Real Gunners. The Real Gunners coming up and around Tempa. Oh, Tempa coming right up and in, but Nemo is right across the way, and Nemo should be able to get Tempa picked back up, as the rest of the Real Gunners are also coming up and in. Where is Nehan? And let's see, Nehan paying attention to the Fanatics across the way. The Fanatics are pushing right up and in. You can see here they all come on top of the Real Gunners Esports. Nehan getting ready to throw that nade up, and he could see his head right there behind that wall. And Tempa coming out and around. Zozo does get taken out through all this, but we still have Gatson right on the backside. Tempa still trying to get those shots, and Gatson getting Tempa in the back. Neon coming right up and through, trying to get closer to the Fanatics, trying to stop that res. Here comes Here comes Absolute Pain. Just what these guys needed. One more team to come right up and in onto all that. And then Nay comes up and in. But Zozo is the last one still remaining for the Real Gunners Esports. Watching Salman, our last match top fragger, off in that distance. Just let him go. Like Elsa says, let him go. Let him go. Alright, so let's see. Oh, are you taking those shots? Oh, no, don't take those shots. Don't give your position away out in the blue with a full squad around you, and you got Shotty. Shotty getting low. Alright, what you doing, Shotty? Shotty's gonna go ahead and get on out of there with the rest of Urza Esports. Urza Esports coming up and in. So let me go ahead and put that iPad up there. And let's check in on where your teams are. You guys gotta let me know in the comments, in the chat. Who do you want to check in on? We are going around that test track and look at all the teams that are already in the test track. That's where we are headed, guys. We're going right into the heart of all this. So we got the Golden Fire, Omerta. We got T-Games up the north side. We got them all. We got all colors. You want a color? We got a color. We got orange. We got purple. We got grays. Let's see. We also have Urza coming right up and in onto this test track as well. So let's go. We got the Dreamers over here. We got some pinks and some reds coming right up and around the test track. We got them all, baby. We got them all. So let's see. Let's go on over and check in on Team 13, T-Games Esports. Got a nice view of everything right here. I wouldn't exactly get up into that window. Oh, I would not get up into that window. So let's go. Let's see what else is happening with the rest of them. Is he doing it? He does. He does. He's got some nice gear right in here, and they do have this whole factor to themselves. Let's go. Alright, let me check the map. Let me see who's in that next fight. Looks like they're starting to figure out where everyone's going to come on in, but we do have Team 5, the finest, right across on these oil tankers. These oil tankers have some really nice loot as well. They're trying to gatekeep Absolute Pain from coming up and into the test track area. Absolute Pain. Ooh, absolute. Sharon does get some headshots onto him, taking his brand new helmet down just a little bit. Let's check in on whoever I click on. Omerta Snoopy right across the way. And Snoopy does have quite the view of this. He must be up in like a third or fourth story from here. So let's go. Let me check in on the map. I think I can zoom in even more because we are in stage 4, and we got the Panthers all the way up out in the blue in a fight too. What is going on way up over here? We got Yo Richie. Oh, and so he goes out right on down here. Now Winter does have team. Not gonna guess. Team 6 coming on down. The Fearless Stars right on top of them. Oh, and Winter gets found by Zero Mercy Potato. And he's gonna get stuck in the car with that Asta. GG teammate. And let's see, Potato, what are you doing besides causing all this havoc up on the bridge line? He's trying to get the angles over onto the Panthers and checking in on where the Fearless Stars have disappeared. Alright, let's go. Let's see what else is happening. See the Real Gunners coming in down here. They are coming right up and in onto a different team. I have no idea which team is right above them. And it looks like I cannot figure out. They're stacked right on top of each other. We are going up. Look at this. We're going all the way up into stage Team 5, the finest. Team 5, the finest. Zozo and Tempa. Let's see. They taking over this. I think it's 5 levels up. I think it's what we just watched them run up and in. And now they have the bird's eye view. They're up in the bird's nest. That's what I'm going to call this place. Because look at all the windows. Almost a 360 view all the way around. So let's go on over down here and find out what Swaz for made in the hall. Also in one of these 5 stacks. So let's go. Hod. Oh, Hod. What did you just run into for Manic? Where did he go? I think we lost Hod. No, if I could catch his name over here, Hod came right up and in onto the real gunners on one side. Oh, Zozo was right there in his sights, but now Hod, you were right down below. Oh, yes, you were right down below Tempa. Alright, so let's see what else is going on. Let's go up to Zero Mercy, the Invisible's Nightmare. Let's go on over to Vito, bringing in those emergency covers. Hope they have more sticks because they're going to need them in this. We still have 49 players, 16 teams in Stage 5. Stage 5 Chaos. And we're still going over to that test track, guys. We still have that test track right under that zone. And now Digital Age. Tato finding Dagita. So now let's see what's going on with the rest of the Digital Age. Right up Sentry with this nade. That nade! Woo! I think Sentry just took out how many with their nade. Look at this elimination feed. We can't keep up with it. There's no way to keep up with it. But Zendry, up to 3 eliminations. How many of those did you get? We still haven't even... There we go. Salmon. Potato. I'm done with this. Alright, so let's go. Let's see what else is happening. Let's go on over to the Golden Fire. See what's happening. Dominator, where are you? What are you doing? He's up on top of this. Look at all the players right in front of him. He's got Urza. He's got Team 13, T-Games. All of these players. Team 12 across the way. The Panthers. Team 18, Manic. Ooh. Alright, let's see if we can get some sky view of what is going on. Let me go all the way down over here. Let's see if we can sky view this and get a better idea. Oh, the windmill. Look at the top of the windmill. We got Manic to the west. T-Games to the north by the Panthers, a Digital Age just driving on in, Complex Esports, and then over here we're down to the top 11 teams. We still have 23 players in this, and it's still too big to get all these teams in here. Look at all the teams over in the city itself. We've got Omerta, Dom going down. Oh, I'm sorry guys, Dom going down over in here. So let's get a little closer to the action. Let's get into the Digital Age, because Zendry, we saw him pulling right up and into the middle of it all. And let's go. Let's see where everything is. We do have Complex down to the south, and Urza and Golden Fire just down to fall. And like that, we went from 49 players down to 18 in Stage 6, and we still have 8 teams in this. So much chaos to keep up with. Let's go over to the Panthers. Maybe we can get a better sky view. We do have the Panthers that need to come on in. So let's go up just a little bit to Gita and Zendry trying to hold this and hold the ground over on this western edge. We do have T-Games right here in the middle, and here comes some more. Look at that, some more cover fire, emergency cover coming in from the sky. The Doritos from the sky, Doritos in the sky. Alright, so let's see. Digital Age Complex Esports coming right up and in. Delivering crates and loots. Special delivery. Alright, so let's see. We got T Games right on top of this. And they are in zone. So they are punishing Omerta and the Golden Playa. The Golden Playa trying to come up, and here's some more emergency cover sticks getting deployed in the T Games. Finding him from across the way, and now we are down to the top 3 teams. Let me see if I can find them on the map. We still have, oh, just like that, we went down to 2 teams, so it is a 2v4 right over on this side. More emergency cover. Doritos coming in from the sky. We got Pedrino coming right up onto Zendry. Zendry right on the other side. Zendry goes down. So now it's just down to Takita. Takita. Takita throwing all those nades up and over. Here comes Pedrino right around. And Takita has that nade primed and ready. Trying to get that final flush over onto... Oh! Taking down another one. Takita taking down 2 of them. And so now we are down to... Are we down to a 1v1 now? Let's see. Lucky, not so lucky. So let's see. Takita on these... come on, where is it? There we go. Let's get it on here. Takita versus King. And they are both down to about 5 HP. And now they're trying to heal this up. And alright, there you go. So, coming in first, Digital Age with 12 eliminations. Coming in second with 14 is T Games Esports. Coming in third, Omerta with 6 eliminations. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores. 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16 through 18, and 19. Going all out. Digital Age. Takita, 7 eliminations, 973 damage. So when we come right back, we will have the scores, and we will be jumping with the Digital Age going into match number 4. Be right back. Guys, let's see. We do have a couple of teams in zone, but we got plenty outside of zone if you want to check in on that. We do have Infinite that needs to come in. We got Team Control needs to come on in. We've got Alpha for Gaming's not in this anymore. We got XO Elites right there, center zone. OTB, let's go check in on Darwin, because I think Darwin is watching. Team Control coming right on down. Darwin getting ready for all this, getting that nade primed and ready. Look at your boys, Octa. They can read this Miramar match or map very well, especially all this terrain. And, ooh, we got a fight going on right up over here. It looks like Foxy's boys taking over. And need a max win one more time, up to 3 eliminations. And on the back of the buggy going into stage 6. Is that not terrifying? Oof. Alright, so we do have our spot in zone. Look at this anchor, but we came right up and in onto tonight's host team, the XO Elite. So let's check it out. Swazzy with those names coming. Oh, I'm sorry, Swazzy. It is Anita Max Win. Anita Max Win is really pushing for their namesake. They need a max win here. So let's go. Let's go ahead and scroll on in as far as, and there we are. Oh, Foxy! Anita Max Win up to 5 eliminations. Anita Max Win is really just trying to live up to their name. We still have one to that northeast side. That is Incognite Evolution. We got Team Control down to the southwest. And OTB, they are still trying to flush out anyone coming in from the blue. We do have Darwin anchored in zone. VSK, the Dark Side Knights, they are anchored in zone and on two sides of the street, watching for anyone to come across that street. Look at this, and I think they know. Look at, I think Timeless knows that Ingagnet Evolution is not that far away. Let me see if I can get a bird's eye view of this zone so you guys can see just how deserted it is. Look at that. I mean, we've seen worse. We got a lot of dips. We got a lot of houses. We even have gliders still in this, guys. If you want to take a nice cruise out over the water, cake by the ocean. Cake by the ocean won't happen until tomorrow night, guys. I don't think we'll have cake until tomorrow, and it looks like Team Control is getting pushed up by now by OTB. Let's get on over to Team Control. I see you in here. Oh, right when I clicked on Control, he disappeared, and now we are down to the top 3 teams. We do have OTB still in this, and I think they're going to be able to get those reses off. We have all 4 of them for Foxy's team, Infinite, and then all 4 of them for DSK. So OTB does have the handicap right now, down to a trio, but they are in zone. Is anchored, and they do have the rest of them coming up, and as you can see, they're trying to push in along these cliff sides. So I think that's the best I can do to really get everybody in there for you. Let me go ahead and switch over to that iPad so you can see where they all are. You can see that well, let me see. I can't see where the zone is. Only OTB is in zone. The duo that's in that little building, those are the only 2 in zone. So we do have a couple of them from Infinite, the lighter blue up on the top of the screen. We do have 2 that have come in, but the Dark Side Knights is in the zone. So we've got Nathan over. Oh, we did get the nade right up in the end, and now the Dark Side Knights are getting OTB in that compound. The garage with the open roof is not a friend to these teams now. Dark Side Knights are really playing this well. So now Yusuf is the last one still standing. Yusuf in a really nice little spot. Need a max win. There goes Infinite. And so now Yusuf is the last one still standing. Ooh! With that pump shot, he jumps up out of that crate. There he goes. Oh, there. Oh, but not the molly. Cooney got out of that molly. Cooney is the only one over there anchored in the recall center. So I think that play might not have worked with the full 4-man squad coming right up and on him. Look at that. Cooney does not even have a helmet just yet. So we'll watch this for just a minute, because as you guys know, Rondo does have a lot of different aspects that we're not used to. We've got not only the recalls, but we've also got those emergency cover sticks that they can carry around in their backpacks to bring down the Doritos from the sky. Doritos in the sky, Doritos in the sky. I love Doritos. They're one of my favorite snacks. Alright, so we got teams all the way to the north. Look at this. We got your team all the way up in Minchun, but they're far away. They got a long ways to go too, because don't forget, Rondo is a huge map. Another nice feature about Rondo, there are vehicle spawns everywhere. I've noticed many of them have brain rot names or names. Yeah. They try to mess me up. I think most of them do it on purpose to me. Alright, so we do have the EMP zone. Look at this, right over the top of Alpha 4 Legends. So in a minute, we're going to be losing out on quite a bit. And now now we got a fight with Team Control. Team Control right over there. Alright, I found Team Control. Let's get on over here, see what we can see from the sky. Looks like they came up and in also over here towards this recall center where we just saw the fight just a minute ago. So let's see. It looks like Team Control getting away from that recall center, and we got J-Star across that way. So still need a song for him. Still need a song. The rest of the map, they're doing pretty good. So this is really the only fight that's going on is between, I guess, and Bambanuni for Alpha 4 Legend. Oh, J-Star. Oh, and Control found you. So J-Star to get a knock over onto Doki, and then Control came up and around and got the knock onto Bambanini, or J-Star. Sorry, Bambanini, I did that to you, didn't I? He's gonna call me out, Kaiser. He's gonna say, you said I got knocked, and then I did. That's what he's gonna say. They're gonna come at me, Kaiser. Hello everyone and welcome back. Are you ready to see these scores? Coming in first, T Games with 37 total points. Zero Mercy in second with 36. Fanatics with 34. Omerta with 33. And look at these elimination double digits all the way down. GG's. So there you go. Scores going into match number 4 of the final day of semifinals for the XO Esports Conquest Trial $700 tournament. This is B versus D. 2 matches remaining. And we do have the teams. They are still kind of filling in. We got a couple of missing players, down to just 2 missing players now. We're missing 1 for Team 7 and Team 9, and we are starting. This time we're going to go ahead and jump with the Digital Age to get the 7 eliminations, 973 damage. Let me make sure I switch that over. Erangel, let me go ahead and put that iPad up there. There we go. Now let's go ahead and switch on over so we can find Taquita. There we go. Right there on your screen. The last match, top fragger. Alright. 8 seconds. Let me go ahead and put that map up there for you. And our 4th flight path of tonight. We're coming in from just to the east of Severny, going across Ruinskaka Quarry and just to that western edge of Primorsk. I do believe any AFKs will be on land this time. So let's see where everyone goes. Our final Erangel match of the semifinals. So there's that too. Alright, so it does look like the Digital Age are going to go ahead and take over that northern side. We're going to take over the Kameshki, Stubber, all of that area. And they do have just this northeast side all to themselves. So we'll watch as the rest of the map gets filled up. The Fanatics headed down to Yasnaya. I see just rushers headed in kind of late to Severny. They've already got a team right there in front of them. Absolute Pain already on the ground looting up. So I'm not sure why they decided to turn around, but you better run into Runna. So let's go. So I think this may be our first early fight. Look, they are a trio, so let's check in on Mahesh, because Mahesh is right over here next to him, and it looks like we do have Absolute Pain rotating down and around, but they did get some shots over onto Mahesh. Let's see what's going on with Absolute Pain. I think we've only got a duo over here. I'm not sure where the rest of them are. I see them over by the bunkers in the shooting range. Alright, let's head on down. Ooh, that first zone does pop too. Got another team right on over here. The Panthers right on top of one of the effers. Team 6, the Fearless Stars. So there we go. And Cake. Oh, Cake. Asta's. Oh, right there in front of Asta. Asta does not miss with that B-zone. And we've got teams over here. I see somebody going down over here. We got the Real Gunners with Irving Esports in Pachinki. And we've also got Team 14 Titanfall over here with Dreamers Esports in Primorsk. So those are our two fights. Oh, up in North Georgia. North Georgia, we've got Team 5, the finest, with Complex Esports. But they're pretty far apart, so we gotta keep an eye. Looks like we might have, I think that is it for the Fearless Stars over here in North Georgia area. So AP, ooh, I think Absolute Pain took out one of them from Just Rush or some hash. Maybe the last one's still remaining. It does look like AP is going back up there. Let's head on down to Team 14, Titanfall Esports. They are over here with Dreamers. We got Shing up on the roof. Zero Mercy with TG. I'm not sure which TG that one is. You guys in your tag. Let's see. Oh, Zero Mercy. Did you finish them off? Are they all over here? I think they finished them off. So there goes another team. We're down to 17 teams now. And we do have that military base and main island split. We got that river going right up and through, and right now it does look like Team 14 Titanfall Esports versus Dreamers Esports. They're just keeping an eye on each other. They're not really getting into it. So let me go ahead and put that iPad up there. And the fight in Pachinki is going off. I see Urza right on over here. Let's see what's going on. Oh, no. I think we lost the Real Gunners Esports. The Real Gunners Esports getting taken out. Zeus up to 2 of those eliminations. Nehan, if you're out there, I'm sorry I missed your fight. Alright, it does look like Made in Nepal may be coming down and around to get in that fight with Zero Mercy. I feel like Made in Nepal are getting into those positions. Zero Mercy trying to get down and try to find one of those hovercrafts in case they do have to go across that river. We've got Manic already down on the military base in zone with Versatile over at Novo. So we do have the Dreamers in that fight now. So let's get on over here. It looks like the Dreamers getting up onto that off angle. And let's see, I see, looks like the Dreamers are down to just a solo. We got the one Kazuma up on that ridge, and he's gonna have to get on out of there. I don't think Kazuma's gonna be able to help his team out because all of them are pushing up from Team 14 Titanfall Esports. Yeah, there goes Legit. So Legit getting one of those eliminations. Still coming up, but Kazuma's right up on that ridge line. It looks like Kazuma's trying to cover for Kazuma getting it into that position, able to cover for some of his team. And let's go. He's the last one still standing. He might get a chance to get some more shots right on down, but I think he's going to go ahead and rotate on out of there. So yeah, he did. Let's go ahead and put that iPad up there for you. And now there goes another one. But we do have, looks like Dom is coming up over here. Let's see, they're not too far away from Made in Nepal. You can see Domain right there and Zero Mercy. So Dominator can hear all these shots going off in that background. But does Dom know that they've already got Domain? Domain is already right there in the bunker. Let's check in on Domain. I think Domain's going to try to get on out of there. Oh, Domain. Oh, what a place to run into. Now the rest of his team's going to have to come up and help him because he ran right into that. Here comes some nades up and over. Going to go ahead and throw the smokes. Try to get some cover. But we also have another team rotating. It's Dreamers Kazuma going right on through the middle, and Domain finds Fall with one of these nades, and the rest of his team, and look at that, Kazuma off in the background, Kazuming out of there. So let's go. Let's see what else is happening. I think we're going to be able to get Fall picked back up. That's Dom right there. TK coming up on that ridgeline. Does find Domain. And so now we are down to Ducky and Swaz. But Ducky is right on over here. I think Ducky is ducking out of there. Alright, so there we go. Let's see what else is happening. Let's check in on Salmon. Salmon, another top fragger of tonight. And I think Salmon's far enough away to stay out of this so far. But they did lose 2 players over here for Zero Mercy as well. But they did push Made Nepal out. And they do know that Golden Fire is up there. So let's go. Let's see what else is happening. We do have... Oh, I think they came right up and in right where Kazuma is. So yeah, Kazuma zoom on out of there. So look at this. We got Absolute Pain way up here in Severny, still looking for Mahesh. They know that there's a solo up there still waiting for him. We got Omerta over here at the murder house. And let's see what's going on with Snoopy taking that S12. No recall this time, so they're playing safe. That's right, guys. These points matter. It do running around. Look at this. Do in the hovercraft, getting the information for his team, letting them know how many are in the squad house. All 4 of the members of the team are in that squad house. And we got Nas right on over here. Let's see what Nas is doing in the shack. I think Nas is the one that's throwing all the nades right up and over. And Mahesh, look at that. Mahesh is able to find one from Absolute Pain, but Absolute Pain does finish off Mahesh up in that Severny area. And our zone does pop, and we're coming off that military base island. Both of the bridges are free, so Versatile will be able to come up off that bridge. Manic, I don't think Manic should come up off that west bridge. They should probably wrap around to that east bridge and go ahead and get on out of there. I like how Omerta, he does get found. He does. So now look at that Digital Age coming right up and over XO5. Raz with that flick over onto the Digital Age, and I think the Digital Age is down to the sole survivors. Let's see who is the sole survivor. I think it's Milo Ruse, and he does have that DBS, and he is the last one still standing, and he does have the rest of Omerta coming right up and in on him. Look at that, they're bouncing right up. He had 2 of them knocked, and Nas, the nasty Nas, was able to finish that off. Alright, let's go. And so now we do have Manic still coming up and in. Let's get on over to Urza, because I do see that they've got the Fanatics coming up and in. Let's get on over to the Fanatics. We haven't really spent a lot of time with the Fanatics, so now let's get on to E. He was the top fragger of the first Aaron Gal match. Checking on what Slappy is doing. I think Slappy was launching some nades up towards Lofty, but you can see that Urza is all separated out. Go ahead and take the tires off the vehicles. Alright, so Manic down at that south side of the west bridge. The west bridge is going to be hard to come across because we do have 3 or 4 teams at that north side of the west bridge. And we've got Versatile free access all the way up to the farm area where they'll run into Omerta. the rest of the teams are all in zone, so I'm going to go ahead and scroll on in. We have just a second, so I'm going to go ahead and put that iPad up there so you guys can check in on where your teams are. Make sure if you've got a team in here that you want to check in on, you just let me know in the chat, and I will switch over to them as soon as I can, as soon as the fights are clear. And I feel like, I'm afraid to say it, but I think maybe this update, the third update of OBS this week, may have actually worked. Let's get on over to one of these uppers. This is Team 5, the finest. The finest. Dun, 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 dun. We're on the farm just to the north of the West Bridge. But it does look like the Golden Fire is starting to get a little close. We do have that solo Kazuma from that fight down in Primorsk coming up and around. And that fight's still going on over in Pachinki. It looks like maybe the Fanatics started to push up and in. Slappy was down in the trenches, and it looks like Slappy got knocked. Slappy was slapped. So Godson, I think, is going to be able to get this res off as nobody comes up on those hills behind him. Santi's Zen way down here keeping their backs clear, but we do have E. E is getting closer and closer, trying to figure out where Lopsy is. He knows that there's a bunch of people up on, and I think the Panthers just came up and over onto A Hill and was able to find Santi Zen. Santi Zen with that flick up onto Winter. So Santi Zen, let's see, where are you? Santi Zen, watch and look at that. Two knocks up on that edge while still fighting with Urza down. And our zone's getting ready to pop again. Let's see where we're going. We got 5 seconds for this next zone. The players already into it, but we're only in stage 2, and these players are taking the zones very seriously. And center zone is Pachinki, so I think Santizin's getting ready to go back up his team. We did lose Godson. Godson was picking up Slappy the last time we saw right on over here, and I'm not sure who got him, but I do see Absolute Pain wrapping up and around that backside, so it could have been it from, I see the Panthers are taking over the Lighthouse Ridgeline as well. It looks like the Panthers are spread out, but Absolute Pain coming up and around to this northeast side of Pachinki over at the mayor's house. They're just wrapping around, making sure that nobody is right in here. And it does look like the church is still free, but what is happening over here? And Team 14, Titanfall over here with Complex Esports. And I think that was Team 5. Team 5 off in that distance, which is the finest. So, yeah, some more of those uppers. Alright, so let's go over to Made in Nepal. Made in Nepal coming right on down, right next to Omerta. Omerta is right behind them. Ducky, watch your back, watch your back. Slam that door. Slam it. Alright, so let me go ahead and put that up there. There's nobody over on this eastern edge now, so I'll go ahead and slide the map on over so you guys get a really good idea of where your teams are at the moment. And look at how nice and neatly that comes off and stays off. Alright, what is going on with Complex Esports over here? Up at the church. And just that fast, the church comes up and in. And here comes Team 5. Team 5, the finest, coming right up and over. Ankit, oh, he can see you. Panic can see you right there. Is he going to get that nade right on down on top of the Ankit? Was that? Oh, that was a nice cook nade, just a little bit too far behind Ankit. Ankit trying to get out of there. Down. What a spray down. And I'm not sure. I think that was Wishy that was able to get that, but I didn't quite catch who did. And Sharon panicked down to about 5 HP. Let's see. Is Sharon out of there? Let's see who survived over here. Sharon is the last one still standing. May be able to get up and over and get his teammates picked up because the rest of Complex Esports are now in a fight with Urza and Absolute Pain, but no, Crisis is coming up and over that edge line, so trying to make sure that Sharon does not get those nades coming up and over as well in the dip just over here by the church. Now while we watch this fight, I'm going to go ahead and scroll on in onto the iPad a little bit more so you guys can really check in on where your teams are. I'll put the iPad back up in a minute for you guys. Alright, I think now's a good time. There you go. And let's see who's right on top of each other. We have all these teams crushing on into Pachinki. Our zone's getting ready to pop. We only have a few seconds left. We have actually 0 seconds left, and we are going to the southwest of Pachinki. So these teams that we're on this main screen, they do have to rotate, and we are headed into, ooh, there goes Team 5, the finest. Alright, so Complex Esports down to a duo, but up to 4 eliminations. They've got Absolute Pain that does have to move, so all these teams around this edge, they do have to come on in. And once again, Omerta, very close to center zone over here. So they are in a fight, and I'm not sure which team's right here. It looks like I'm not even sure who's in the fight over here with them. So let's check what's happening. Did Kazuma come in? We're over at the barns just to the south of A Hill. So let's see. I think the Panthers are still up on A Hill. Oh, the Panther came down. So the Panther TP is the sole survivor in the same barn as Omerta right down below them, but they are center zone. We do have Versatile coming up from Novo Crates. That looks like they went along that southern shoreline of the mainland and ended up over towards the HQA Hills. And oh, Crisis is found by Absolute Pain. So now Panic is the last one still surviving for Complex Esports. Most of these teams are already in zone. I like how they are taking the zone. They are not taking the zone for granted. There we go. Hello, I think this is Papi Triste, baby. Alright, so let's go. Let's see. We'll stay with him for just a minute while they are right down below. And let's see what else is going on. I feel like Absolute and the Golden Fire. What's going on over here? Absolute Pain coming up onto D Hill. And so now D Hill, look at this. It looked like they are coming up backwards. That was kind of crazy. Crazy to see and Absolute Pain right up at the top of D Hill. Look at this Golden Fire coming up and around. And keep an eye on that right there for just a second, as we do have a 1v2 situation on the main screen. And here they come, the nades going right over the top of TP's head. And look at this, he doesn't have that DBS, he's trying to draw him out. Omerta right there behind the crates. Oh, you can see the head of the one right there. That is Snoopy. And here comes the push. And a 1v2. The Panthers coming out of there. So now that we're up on the top of the hill, and Absolute Pain right up and in onto the Golden Fire. And there goes the Golden Fire. The Golden Fire out to Absolute Pain. And we still have teams coming in from that Pachinki area, but we also have a fight right on down here with Made in Nepal at the Pachinki car spawn. So, woo, one of the big WoW maps. Oh, Dougie gets found. Swaz does have 4 eliminations. Swaz, if I missed your 1v4, I am so sorry, Swaz. But GG's trying to hold off the push. And it looks like Made in Nepal are going to be able to maybe get those reses off. But here comes the next. Let's get on over here. See who's still standing. It's only Zayn. Zayn is the last one still standing. His Versatile comes right up in Team 7. Right on that backside. He does get a knock onto one kitty lover right there in front of him. It looks like Atlas has been knocked. Atlas, one of the last ones still standing. Ooh, Zayn. Zayn watching the kitty lover run around the backside of it, and Zaniel may be the last one still standing. Zaniel leaving in the hovercraft, and I can't say as I blame him. We still have 19 players remaining. And Zayn is hot tonight, up to 5 eliminations. Zaniel is still in this, and we still have another one going on. What is happening right on over here? We got Team 14 over here with, I think, Absolute Pain down to just a solo over here. As Team 14, Titanfall, coming right up onto Livia's. So let's see. Livia's trying to... Oh, look at that. There goes one of them. And Shing is the last one still standing. That nade! Oh, that nade coming right up and over. But here he comes. Get that nade out of your hand. And we are down to 7 teams just like that. There goes Atlas. Daniel still over here in the hovercraft next to Zayn. Zayn, what are you up to now, you big beast? Up to 6 eliminations over here in the Pachinki car spawn, which is still in zone. And look at this, he's trying to get those shots over onto Zaniel, as Zaniel's trying to block him in. Oh, he's blocking him in, so now we're down to the top 6 teams. We got 2 teams right on over here, and then we've got Zero Mercy, the Fnatic, Complex, Esports, and Team 14 Titanfall right up at the top. And let's see, can he get him out of that? He jumped out right there, and there goes 7, number 7 for Zayn. Zayn, GG's, and now here comes the Fanatics. You do not get to breathe easy because here comes the rest of them, Zayn. So let's go up and check in on what is happening on this edge of A-Hill. Ooh, Zayn, I don't know how you get out of all that mess, but there goes one of them from the Fanatics. We have the first match top fragger in that tree line, but now we have Panic and Shing both in the blue as we're in the match zone 7. This zone is hurting, but I think Shing is going to be able to get in there. I'm not so sure that Panic's going to be able to come down off that hill. So let's get up there to Panic, see if he can get down. We've got a 1v1. We have 4 players remaining, 4 teams, and there goes Panic to the zone. So now we have a 1v1. Zayn up to 7 eliminations. We got E, and let's see, Shing up on that edge as well. So let's see, I think they're all in zone. No, Shing has to come down off that hill. Shing does have to come right on down and in onto, oops, that's not what I meant to do. Look at that. I think Shing can see him from across the way. I'm not sure if E knows that Shing can see any of this, but we also have Zayn down. Oh, was that a nade that I just saw going over up? Oh, that's a nade. Oh, and now he's going to be right there. Shing just throwing those nades, and we got Daniel right on down. So now let's get on over to Zayn. Not Daniel, Zayn. Alright, so now we are down to a 1v1. We went from 1v1 to 1v1, just like that. And we have 2 teams, 2 players in stage 7. So one of these, let's see, it looks like Shing in this push coming down. Has all that smoke trail. And Zaniel. Oh, Zaniel sees him. But Shing makes it all the way to the tree. But you saw that nade. Nade coming up and over. Here comes the return nade. Ooh, and the molly. Ooh, who mollied out first? That's the question. Coming in first, it is Manic Zayn with 8 eliminations, and I think maybe all 8 of them were at that Pachinki car spawn. Vishal OP, thank you so much for the $2 gift. Oh, thank you, Vishal. Coming in second, Titanfall with 7 eliminations. Coming in third, the Fanatics with an elimination. GG top 3. Here are the rest of your scores: 4 through 6, 7 through 9, 10 through 12, 13 through 15, 16 through 18, and 19. Going out Manic. 8 eliminations, 921 damage. Zayn, GG's. We'll be jumping with Zayn when we come right back for tonight's final match of these semifinals, and I will have the scores, so be right back. Alright, so we still have, let's see what's going on from the sky. Looks like, ooh, we're right there next to that big old mountain. Excuse me, Spies, ooh, on the jump shot. Got punished by that from Nemo. Nemo was down to about 1 HP though, so Bones is the last one still standing over here. And Nismo, not Nemo, sorry, Nismo. And they're still trying to watch where Bones leaves. Bones needs to get on out of there if he wants to save his team. He can go to the recall center, and the EMP is now active, Bones. Be careful. Is that EMP still over you? No, it's moved. So it did move, and Bones should be able to get out of there if he goes fast. Let's get on over to Finial and find out what the Freds is going on up here. We do have CBK Esports SA right across the way. So let's see. It looks like Fred's going to pull on back from CBK. Yes, they are. CBK. Oh, they want to rob that gas station. They wanted those chips. They wanted the Doritos. And look at that. Just on the edge of the new EMP zone. Let's check in on the dark side nets right on down here. What do you got going on? You got the AMG Esports, and they're trying to get those shots. Look at this. Ooh, go kill. Go kill. Don't live up to your name. Not right now. He's got to go ahead and heal up. He's letting them know. Healing, healing, healing. Alright, so let's see what's going on with Fresh. Fresh coming up right on the backside of another one from, oh, it's Ifwick. Ifwick on the other side of this hilltop, and Ifwick getting ready to nade some of them from AMG on that backside. And look at that, Evil Bert just driving on through and does get punished by Octa. Oh, Ifwick getting out of that spray just in time, and I think that was Shinra from the other side. Let's check in on that crazy angle. It was, look at that, Shinra, but Fresh is still pushing up and over that back ridge line, and Ocho Loco is able to find him. Alright, so let's check in on the Dark Side Knights. Do we have any more Dark Side Knights in here? We are down to 16 teams, guys, and the Blues are still coming out. We got another team. Oh, I think Unique Legacy just took out a team over here, but they do have recalls left in Super Mula, up to 3 eliminations. Alright, so OTB for Octa in my chat there, coming on down. They are still going over towards this eastern edge. We're down at this very southeast side. Let's see. Let me go ahead and put that map up there. Now's a good time. It looks like they're all just kind of doing the rotation. We do have Alpha 4 Legend way up to the north in the blue in a fight, though. They're right here with Foxy's team. We got Anita Max Win over here. Anita Max Win coming right up and around, trying to get the 1v. Oh, and Bones gets that with the S12, and now here comes Moto and Good and Moto. Oh, don't push him. Don't push him so low. No, guys are, and I think Infinite just went out, so we're down to 16 teams taking on Alpha 4 Legend. That was a 1v push. Come on, guys, we know this. All right, so Oblivion. That looks like they're gonna be able to pick Sleek up. Let's check in on Waverin. He was the top fragger. I believe it was last night's matches, but let's see what he can do against. Who is that? Team 14. K19 Esports. Let's get K19 Esports on here because I don't feel like we've done a lot with Crash and the boys. Oh, those nades coming right. Oh, the nade came right in through the window. Right. Oh! A two-piece nade. A two-piece nade. But now here comes the Molly right on the Crash. Hurry, get that. Get there. Oh, the Band-Aid. But here comes another Molly up and over. Crash watching that come on through. But now it is Crash versus, Top Frag. And Top Frag is able to get that knock. And so Spray does come up and is able to get him picked back up. So now let's see. Let's go. Waverin. What's going on down here? We're going to go ahead and smoke it on up. We did lose top frags, but we should get Yemi picked back up. Yemi already back up onto their feet. So I think we're going to be able to maybe get Crash picked back up, but they are still pushing in. But we've got OTB. Here comes Darwin. Darwin coming up and around. Here they come right behind. They see the smoke. They hear all this sound, and the sharks are swimming. There's blood in the water. These sharks. Here you go, Octa. Here you go. Look at this. Darwin coming right up and over. Yami down to about 20 HP. And Darwin still gets that. Yami got out of there with 1 HP. Yami barely getting out of that spray by Darwin, and now Darwin's still chasing in and across, still trying to get some of that yummy. Oh, you guys with your names, I'm telling you. Yusuf right on there behind him. Alright, let me go ahead and scroll on in. Alright, guys, I know I'm not funny, but sometimes I gotta make myself laugh, okay? Alright, let's see what is going on. It does look like OTB coming. Look at all that. Why does everybody have to come in at the southwest quadrant? Guys, there's a north side, there's an east side, there's a south side, you guys. All have to come in at the same place. What are you doing over here now with a full nother team K19? You got another team right on top of you. You've got Finial coming in. What the freds is happening here? Alright, so looks like Finial's gonna wrap around, go to the north, but we do have all sorts of chaos coming in from this north side now, so let's see what's happening with Nexus OP. And I think I can scroll in a little more on the iPad while you guys watch this absolute chaos over here. Scroll up just a little bit. Ooh, they're finding you, Nexus OP. They are hurting your car. That was Alpha 4 Legend. Alright, Alpha for Legend. Let's see. Let me check in on Broken Spirits. Mr. Jack Lord, did you change your name again? Right, welcome back, everyone. Are you ready to see these scores going into the final match for groups B and D tonight? Zero Mercy, 49 total points. The Fanatics with a winner chicken dinner at 40. Omerta and T Games both at 38. There are your scores going into the very final match of semifinals. This is the semifinals Group B and D, the final match of the final night for the XO Esports Conquest Trials $700 tournament. So I can't read and talk to you guys at the same time. We will have the scores after tonight for the final match, but it will be a few days before we see who the top 14 teams are coming on in. So Team 9 is missing, the Just Rushers. We're missing one from Team 12, which are the Panthers. And we're missing one from Team 20, Absolute Pain. And I'll start that when the teams finish coming on in and they start the match. So there you go. I'm going to take just one more drink of water. Vishal O.P. Vishal O.P. O.P. This time we're going in with Manic saying 8 eliminations, 921 damage. Let me get that up there. Let me switch this on over to match number 5, Miramar. Let's get on down and find Manic Zayn for your top fraggers. Some screen time love. Where is Manic Zayn? Almost couldn't catch him. They were moving. Alright, he should be on your screen now. Oops, let me get this up there for you. And there we go. Sorry, Zayn, but you did deserve more than that. Here we go. Coming in from that very southern edge, we're the southern farms of Los Leones, going over the top of Leones to the east of Picado, over the top of San Martin, to the east of La Cabarilla, west of Oasis, all the way to the very north side of the map. Very central flight path. So let's see where all these teams go. I see the Digital Age already jumping off, and I'm on the wrong team. So let me get on back with Zayn in case he jumps with another team. Let me find Zayn. Alright, our screens are matching now. Alright, let's see what's going on. We have 4 teams headed to Leones. I see the Dreamers up in that northeast side. We got Complex Esports to the southeast. We got Golden Fire and Real Gunners Esports on that western edge of Leones. Let's see. It looks like Zayn and Made in Nepal, they're going down to Puerto Paricio, so they're gonna be doing just fine. Just fine. So let's see what's going on over with the Panthers. The Panthers, and we got some chaos going on over at the Hacienda del Patron. So let's see what's happening. Yes, Team 14, Titanfall Esports right over here. And this is Titanfall at the end of that last match. I could not remember which TF game the effers. They are right over here with Versatile Kitty Lover. Oh! The flick from the Kitty Lover off onto Shing. So now we got Arc and Nova, the last two still standing for Team 14. Titanfall Esports. One notch right on downstairs. Nova trying to hold them off with the M249. The Kitty Lover coming up and oh, but he just gets overwhelmed. So Arc and Shing, the last two still standing for Titanfall Gaming. They are coming on down, trying to keep that res from going off there. Oh, you can see right through that window. Right through that window, he gets Atlas, and now there is one still standing. It is Nate from across the way. Shing coming right up into Nate. Arc trying to get through that window. So, Caster Green OP, thank you, oh, Nate, 4 versatiles, able to finish that off. Let me go ahead and put that iPad up there while I go ahead and check in on where the rest of these fights are going on. I see 3 teams up in La Cabrera. We got Mate in Nepal right there with TG and the finest. So, we got the fight going on right on down in Leones too. So let's go down to Leones, find out what's happening. Oh no, Tampa. Tampa is the last one still standing. Oh, the Golden Fire. Golden Fire did lose fall, but they are up to 4 eliminations. Complex Esports starting to push in and across, so we may have another fight there. Looks like the Panthers and Team 6, the Fearless Stars, are pretty far apart, but let's go up to Made in Nepal. Made in Nepal right over here with Team 5, which is the finest, and Team 13, which are T-Games Esports. So we do have, look at that, we got them all right around. Let's check in on Swayze. Ooh, I see a K9 and an 8 times. I like it, I like it, I like it, I like it. Can we get a knock from it from the roof? Let's see. Ooh, he has got so many teams all right around him. And there goes the fight down in Leones. So Complex Esports did come right up in onto that. So let's get back down here really quick because they are in this fight. The Golden Fire does find Wishy down here, and so now Panic is in crisis. Let's see, where is Bumbaglot? Bumbaglot coming right up and over. Let's check in on Crisis and Panic. They are still over here. There's the Dominator. I see him across the way. We did lose one over here. Oh, Dom is the last one still standing. Emetayas, hello, hello. Welcome to the stream. I think Dom may be able to get Slaughter picked back up, but look at this. We got, is that Bumpglot? Yes, Bumpglot getting over onto this off angle, and I think he's getting ready to push up. Oh, he may be able to see Dom, but I think Crisis may have that angle over onto him too. And, oh, what was that nade? Bounced right on back onto us, didn't it? Alright, so let's see what's coming on over here. We did Crisis. They're on that second floor, so while we watch this, let me see. How am I? I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there, Matthias. I've been kind of sick this week. It's not been fun. Alright, so let's see what's going on with the rest of it. I don't think... Yeah, I think TK is about ready to bleed out over on that other edge in that fight with the real gunners. And it looks like Panic getting ready to smoke his way across to join Crisis. There are nades coming down from all 3 of them. No, or 2 of them from the Golden Fire. We got Dominator holding the stairs and Slaughter. Slaughter also up towards that roof, also ready for the push coming up and in. So I'm going to go back down to Dom as all 3 of them from Complex Esports are pushing up and in. The Panthers in that fight over in San Martin has started off. Let's see what's going on over here in San Martin. And let's see, Team 6. Looks like we got a TV2 over here. No, we got a 3v4. I'm not sure where the rest of them are, but oh, here we go. Harley gets pushed up on, and Harley taken out by the Panthers. The Panthers taken over the top of Bills. Let me put that map back up there for you. And there, Complex Esports still coming up, and oh, Dom just saw him right on that edge right there. So let's see, here he comes again, that nade coming right up and over. It was a Molly. A Molly pushing him away from the top of that staircase. So now, let's see, Made in Nepal. Made in Nepal up in the pony. There goes 1, there goes 2. And does he get the 3rd one? Woo! There they go. I think that is it for Complex Esports. Esports. Now let's get over here to Made in Nepal. Find out what's happening. I think Swaz is the last one. Yeah, Swaz is the last one still standing. But we do have T Games pushing up onto the Finest. It looks like the Finest may be pulling away just a little bit. Does look like maybe King knows where Swaz is across the way. But we do have that fight still over here in San Martin. So let's see what's... Oh, the push up by the Panthers right into Vamsi. Vamsi right above, and they are trying to... The Panthers, are you down to just a duo? Yes, they are. And Winter pushing right up and in. Winter is coming, and he's got all... Oh, we got another team coming into San Martin. I see that. It's another team right up on that edge. The Fanatics are coming in as well. So now, let's see. Looks like he's trying to push up and in. Is that it? Oh, that is it for the Fearless Stars. And so now, we do have, look at that, Team 16, Urza, Shoddy getting those angles. Oh, Shoddy cannot see, but we do have Shoddy getting pulled up now on by the Fanatics. Look at that. Oh, I think Shoddy, you're right in the line of sight of the, who was that? Was that Godson? They are moving too fast for me. Was it Santazin, Godson? They are all just wrapping around San Martin. They are coming on in. Let me put this iPad up there so you can check in on your teams, figure out where everyone is. I do see Versatile getting pulled up on over here by the Fanatics now, right here in the intersection. And here they come. We also have Zero Mercy up on that hilltop. And here comes the nade. Get that nade out of your hand, Atlas. Just throw it and move. And here they come, pushing right up and in onto the graves. And he cannot come out onto that ridgeline with Zero Mercy on that jump shot. He's got two of them knocked. He's able to get two of them eliminated on that push. So now the Fanatics, here comes Santazin, and Atlas still has that nade in his hand. Santazin right on over there, but Santazin trying to get those, trying to get on Godson on that. Oh, Godson tried to come in onto that seat swap, and there goes the Kitty Lover. But we still have Zero Mercy up on that ridgeline trying to get the third angles, or third parties. So let's see, we still have, let's go, I think Made in Nepal maybe gone out of La Cabarilla. We do have the fight, and it looks like Absolute Pain is headed up over towards that La Cabarilla area. Let me put this iPad up there so you can check in on your teams, and I'm gonna go all the way up. Ooh, I do see some Cake over here. Cake. Oh, I think Cake is gone. And look at this. Zero Mercy is now pushing down into this. Here comes the Inspector. The Inspector is inspecting this third party for the Fanatics. And the Inspector, oh, I thought he was getting ready to throw that nade right up and over. And they know where he is. Here comes the rest of his team. All four of them are coming right up and in onto Sentizin. Let's see, Sentizin, oh, the nade launch right up and over. Does he get the Inspector? What a beautiful nade, perfectly cooked. But here comes the rest of the Fanatics right up and around this. And here comes Potato. Potato, he's trying to get you. And then what a wide swing outside of this. And we still have Godson, where did you go? Because I do see him. I do see his little tag right there. So Godson is also right over in here as well. And look at that. Absolute Pain did go up towards that La Cabarilla area. They're going to try to gatekeep TG from coming out of La Cabarilla. So we do have a trap play going on the top side of this. Santazin. Oh, Santazin. Such a wide swing out and around. Zero Mercy. We'll get Nightmare picked back up, but they are up to 3 eliminations now. So let's get on over here and see what Zorbro is doing. Zobro, he is keeping an eye down on to Team 13. T-Games Esports. T-Games Esports coming out of La Cabrera. If they can get past AP with, look at that, 8 eliminations. 8 eliminations, so T-Games taking out both of the teams. Offline, I don't know if that was one team or two, because we did have 3 teams in the beginning way up here. So let me go ahead and put that iPad up there so you guys can check in on the rest of your teams. Let me know in the chat who you want to check in on, and we can see if they're still here, because we are down to the final 10 teams. And we've only got a few more. Let's see, 24 seconds for stage 2. So we're headed into stage 3 now. And right now it's very quiet. I think AP is just making the trap play over onto T-Games. Let me head on over to see what is going on with offline. Oh, I think offline may know that there's another team that came up and around. So I think they're going to go ahead and try to wrap around a different direction. I like how we get to see him running right at us. It's almost like he knew that we were here. Actually, he was looking over his edge, and our zone pops again, and we're going to Hacienda del Patron San Martin in the graveyard area. So we do have 30 players still in this. We got Slaughter. Are you the sole survivor of the Golden Fire? No, we do have a duo over here for the Golden Fire. I only saw the one tag. And let me go ahead. It looks like AP is going to go ahead and move on out. We do have Zobro over there, though. So let me go ahead and put that up there so you guys can check in on where your teams are, how they're going to rotate in and out. And I think I can go ahead and throw in just a little more so you guys can really check in on to where the final teams are. Like I said, we will have tonight's final scores after this match for today, though. For today. Alright, so we have Zero Mercy, and it does look like, oh, Winter just zooming on by, just driving on by. This duo just causing as much havoc as possible. Almost had it. I'm not even sure which one you were talking about, guys. At this point, there's been so many. Look at this. There goes T-Games offline. Gets knocked to the play zone. We were just watching him just a minute ago as he watched us running right to us. Alright, so now what is going on? They are split across this, but they do have to watch their backs. I don't really like this dip over here because they are center zone. Any of these players can come in and pick them off, and I think they're headed back over to the Hacienda del Patron, and I'm not so sure that T-Games, is that T-Games Team 15? That's 13, guys. That's 13. Alright, so let's check in on Manic. Let's check in on Manic, see if our last match top fragger is still in. Oh, we did lose Zan. Alright, so they're coming in from these Picado Hills, and they're going to have to come in through Urza if they keep coming this direction. So that could be difficult for them. Zundri, what are you doing over here? Are you a sole survivor? Sole survivor for the digital age. So we've got a lot of solos in here. Let's get on over to Urza Esports. Hello, Decode. Decode OP. Hello. You've got, look at that, right on that mini map upper right, you can see that the other team is coming right up in on top of them. It is Team 18 coming in. Manic is a trio. Decode probably can hear Manic right on down below them, but they are right there on that edge zone, so they can take this fight. And here comes T-Games from La Cabrera. Oh, Vortex, you are so brutal. Alright, we should be able to get the cold pick back up, but let's see what's going on. Dolphin is on his way right up and over, and let's see. Oh, and Zeus gets now Lofsy and Shawty. Shawty. What you gonna do over here, Lofsy? You gonna go ahead and get on out of there? Yeah, Urza Esports gonna have to get on out of there. Let Manic take over the top of that hill. Alright, let me put that iPad back up there so you can check in on your teams while I go and poke in. We're going to the east of San Martin, and I think the Panthers are going to have several teams landing right on top of them. We still have T-Games coming in. We got Digital Age and Absolute Pain over there by the Hacienda del Patron. And I hear all sorts of chaos, so I think it's just his own team. Alright, so let's go on over here to Omerta, because Omerta needs to come on in now, and they've got the Golden Fire going out and around them, but the Golden Fire are just a trio, or duo, coming out of Los Leon. So let me check in on the on the iPad down below. I think most of these teams are in zone. It looks like Absolute Pain came in onto Dreamers Esports. So let's get up and over to the Dreamers Esports. I feel like they're getting pinched not only by Absolute Pain. Oh, Absolute Pain is down to just a solo now. Let's see who it is. It is Slaughter from the Dreamers coming on in. All four of them from the Dreamers and now down. Trying to get some shots across the wide open plane from above. Dom way up. So we still have Manic coming down and around that graveyard. Not too far away from Urza. Urza did make it into zone. We are down to the final 8 teams. We still have the Golden Fire, which we are on down, keeping an eye down onto the Dreamers, which are our full 4-man team. We have the Panthers as a duo. Panthers also up on a high ground. Let's go over and check in on where Winter is. We're too far away from Winter on this side, so let's see what Winter is keeping an eye on, because the Dreamers are down in that valley right below. So I do hear a lot of shots going off, and right when we got off of Dom does get a knock. Let's go on over to Slaughter. Dom is getting the knocks over here, and we're at the intersection by the Hacienda del Patron, and I do see Zero Mercy not too far away, and Omerta up on that ridgeline. So let's see what Omerta is doing. Omerta just keeping an eye. Let's see what Potato is keeping an eye on Omerta up there. They know that they're up there. I'm going to keep scrolling in because our zone is pushing these players in, and Potato Dominator, if he sees that helmet, he's going to help you remove it. Alright, so let's see what's going on. Look at this. T-Game's coming on in now. So let's see what they're going to do. They're offline, going back out into the blue. Oh, and Dominator. Dom punishing the late rotation coming on in. We still have one. We have Pedrino. He is right down there below, but Dom does lose a zone, so he does have to move on in. So let's see. He's pretty far away too, but Slaughter is pretty close to that zone, but Slaughter has to move on in as well. We have a Murta way back by the graveyard. Looks like they may ride the blue zone wave right on in. So let's go. We're down to the last 8 teams in this. So let's see. Let's go on over here and check in on the Inspector. The Inspector keeping an eye on the Golden Fire, but the Inspector also has Dreamers Esports Dominator on the move. Look at that. Dom was able to come down through that ridgeline. Look at that. They just absolutely vanished right there in front of the Inspector. But now Dom is going to come right up and under Zero Mercy. And we are in stage 5, so the zone is hurting. They're gonna now we have chaos in every direction. Manic right up and over there. So now let's check in. Oh, Manic is trying to get some shots just like that. 17 players still in this, and we are going from the intersection, but we have the street separating this zone. So we got a street right down the middle of this new zone. Let me go ahead and put the iPad up while we have just a minute more, and then I'll try to get a sky view to give you guys some idea of where these players all are. Let's go on over and check in on the Panthers, because now the Panthers are coming up behind the Dreamers. The Panthers did, ooh, Yoshi, oh, gets punished by Kazuma, and I don't think Winter's going to be able to get over to him. Maybe Winter can get over to him, but Winter, you're going to have to get out of this because this blue zone is going to hurt very, very hard. So let's see. Oh, and I could not catch on to Hod, and here they all come. So now let's go back over to Zero Mercy, and I'm going to go ahead and try to get a sky view now to give you guys an idea. Oh, Murtha coming into that dip, and Zero Mercy, Edu almost had him held off, and we're down to the last 3 teams. You can see with that, we got the Panthers over to that western edge. We got all of Dreamers on that north side, and Zero Mercy. They are pretty separated, but our zone is going over towards this way. So let's get up and over this way. Looks like Winter. Winter is coming right up and around. Winter being so aggressive. Let's see what Winter can do. Let's switch on over. Winter gets punished for his aggressiveness, and let's see what Yoshi is doing, throwing those nades. He is a sole survivor. His Nightmare is coming right up and over. Nightmare also launching those nades, and here they come. Oh. And now it is the Dreamers. We're down to the top 2 teams. We've got the Dreamers versus the Zero Mercy, but Zero Mercy is down to just a duo, and here comes the push by the Dreamers right up and in. So now let's see what's going on with Zero Mercy. Let me switch on over, see who is still in this. We still have the Inspector and the Potato, and it's down to just Potato. And let's see, and King, are you the last one? No, there's 2 more. There we go. And I think, let's go. Coming in first, the Dreamers Esports, 7 eliminations. Zero Mercy coming in second with 10 eliminations. The Panthers coming in third with 7 eliminations. Here are the rest of your scores, 4 through 6. 7 through 9. 10 through 12. 13 through 15, 16 through 18. Going all out. Golden Fire Dominator. 5 eliminations, 504 damage. That we will be right back with tonight's final match score. Be right back. To know. Looks like Broken Spirits coming through these swamplands. I think they're gonna just wrap around, and they wrap around to the east. They got all this eastern edge. GG's, Jack Lord. Good shot. And Oblivion again in another fight over here. Let me check in on what's happening. And Control C19 K19 with Control again. Control, you guys are just picking on people at this point. So Crash now down. So let's see, is Sleek still in it? Let me check in over here. And Spray, not Sleek. Spray getting sprayed down, trying to get on out of there. Go Spray, go, you got this. Go Spray. Alright, Spray's going to be able to get on out of there, but they are coming up on Oblivion, Wavering, and we know that Wavering does not miss his shots. Let's see what the Waverin's going to do. He's going to actually come across to the other side and look. Oh, he's a solo, guys. He doesn't care. He's going to go ahead and take on all a Unique Legacy. And let's see, Marioso, you're right there. Oh, there goes Marioso. Super Mula from the spray down by Oblivion. So Oblivion on fire. Waverin. Like I said he was a top fragger for a reason. And he's going to be able to get that shot over on he got 2 of those eliminations. GG, Waverin, but now you got to get into zone. We are in stage 4. You got 30 seconds to get your feet there. Do the little dance. Ocho Loco. He is like all done with that. He's like, those are my nuggets. And so now, fighting over the food. You know how these sharks are. So we're still going to this eastern side, but now we got a whole cluster right up and over here. What is going on? We're not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. Got all sorts of chaos right on over here. There goes Santi B for CBK Esports NA, and now Broken Spirit's still trying to get those nades right on down to Incognito Evolution. Let me go ahead and zoom on in just a little bit more. There we go, because we got chaos everywhere. Looks like Doki over here on this side just and even more chaos coming right up and in on the teams. Oh, does he get that? Yes, he does. Let's see, who did you just get, Doki? Because that elimination feed is going off. You got teams everywhere. Let me check on Nagumo. And I think most of the fight is over on that offside video. Trying to drive right up and in. Ooh! That door should have stayed closed just a little longer, Chris. Just a little longer. Let's check it out. Cooney coming on around with the 12 gauge. New jeans. What are you doing across the way? New jeans trying to get those sprays right up and in. Does get a spray on the RK, and we still have 09 up there. So now, Doki, what are you still doing over here besides making me dizzy? We got all of Team 8AMG Esports right below them, while the rest of your team is down there fighting. You're just driving up and around trying to drive. Hello everyone and welcome back. Are you ready to see tonight's live unofficial scores for Group B and D? Zero Mercy pulling ahead with 65 total points, coming in second. T Games Esports 48, Omerta 42, Fanatics 44, Fanatics with 42. Look at all these eliminations. Golden Fire with 22 eliminations. We need to work on some placement points, Golden Fire. There you have it, tonight's final scores. So this was the final match of the semifinals for XO Esports Conquest Trials. They're going to go ahead and fix the scores, figure out who were the top 14 teams, because it's the top 14 points overall moving into finals. We will be doing a practice match Friday night, and then finals begin. Have a great night. Stay safe. Thank you so much for coming out and supporting these teams, XO Esports and me. We all truly appreciate your support. Shout out to Vishal for the super chat. Thank you, Vishal. OP. Have a great night.